What is up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to WAN Show Theater. I'll be your host, Linus Sebastian, and Luke will be there, and I will probably talk over him a lot. But not right now, because he isn't talking. We've got a great show lined up for you guys today. One of the big headline topics this week is, of course, that Amazon will pay $2.5 billion in a settlement for their Prime subscription traps. Freaking got them. Probably not enough, but hey, at least it's some semblance of justice. In other news, this is cool. Google reveals that its Android PC is coming in 2026. That's right, the often rumored merging of Android and Chrome OS into one dark, unholy, ad-driven platform. Well, doesn't sound like that's quite what's happening. So
I was so mesmerized by your speech, I don't have anything prepared at all.
Nice.
That was fascinating. SpamGPT is a thing, and it's going to suck. And I think it might already be happening.
Actually, it looks really good.
What?
Which is bad.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, big time. The other one is... Oh, this made me question things. We'll read more about it. Ascent Rivals, the game I showed out last week, has like really strong crypto connections, maybe?
Oh, really? That's a headline top?
No.
It doesn't matter. The point is... The show is brought to you today by Corsair, Factor, and Rove Lab, along with our wrap partner D-Brand, our laptop partner Dell, and our chair partner Secret Lab. Why don't we jump right into our headline topic? This is a really great, uncharacteristically good question from YouTube chat, and the scrolling broke. Nope. Chowi Komba says, Amazon owes everyone $2.5 billion, or Amazon owes you $2.5 billion? Us, the collective us.
Yeah.
That's the title.
Yeah.
Amazon owes us $2.5 billion, and us actually in this case doesn't even include us because this appears to be a U.S. thing. To settle an FTC lawsuit that accused Amazon of deceptive Prime enrollment and cancellation strategies, the company will end the practice. This is a nice little W, we call it. Will end the practice and pay a $1 billion civil penalty and send out $1.5 billion in refunds to 35 million customers. It is the largest FTC penalty ever in a case involving an FTC rule violation, and the refunds are the second highest restitution award ever obtained by FTC action. So, bravo, FTC. I mean, Luke and I and everyone knows how Amazon Prime and barley grows. Like, it has been such an obvious, blatantly anti-consumer approach that Amazon has taken with their Prime subscriptions pretty much since ever. And the kinds of mazes that they created. Wasn't it your grandfather that couldn't figure out how to cancel his Prime and he had like multiple subscriptions or something like that?
Yeah.
Like, the whole thing was just nasty. And it's nice to see for freaking once, these agencies actually hold companies account with nice big fines that might actually incentivize them to do things properly going forward. Now, I obviously would have preferred if that one click to cancel thing had gone through because...
Yeah, big time.
Like, we're in Canada, right? So we don't necessarily benefit from things that the FTC does in the US, except that a lot of the time we do. Because whatever flies in a company's biggest market tends to kind of trickle over into various other markets. It's one of the reasons that
It's often not worth building all the differentiation.
I'm holding this iPhone right now that has a USB-C port on the bottom because you can bet your bottom dollar that if the EU wasn't a large enough market for Apple, they would have either just sort of flipped them off and not bothered to ship iPhones there, or they would have Actually, no, I guess this has nothing to do with them being a large enough market. But the point is, they could have also segmented them out and just had Lightning everywhere else and USB-C there. But clearly, the EU was big enough for them to not just walk away from it and not... Yeah, that's it. Not just walk away from it and refuse to make
I suspect they were worried
phone.
about copycat. I think they were worried about copycat action and wanted to get out ahead of it.
Copycat?
Yeah. If like the US did the same thing.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
And then because if they don't have that happen, then I think they're at lower risk of other things being thrown at them. Yeah. Anyways.
The FTC specifically requires Amazon to use a clear and conspicuous button for customers to decline Prime and stop using buttons as cancellation deterrents with text such as, "No, I don't want free shipping."
They need to go after a lot of other places then too.
Yep.
Because there's like, if you book a flight, it's always like, "No, I want to be like unsafe or whatever. Like I don't want my trip to be whatever, blah, 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 blah." It's like,
dude,
just
insurance,
relax.
like, oh.
I was trying to close Lenovo Vantage today. And it was like, "Do you want it to show up in your system tray?" And it was yes or later. Which seemed so crazy to me. I was like, what does later mean? I clicked later to figure it out, and later was just no.
Dude, any message on any one of my devices that doesn't have a "do not show this again" makes me want to just freaking... Dude, I get this notification from my watch like every other day that's like, high power usage when you use always on screen and do all this stuff that makes your watch work as a watch. And all I can do is dismiss it. I can't say, "I don't care, never ever." Oh, here it is. High power usage. My only option, check this out. My only option is, got it. That's it. I have clicked got it 100 bazillion times since I started using the OnePlus 2R. Now, okay, I don't want to go off the rails here. I don't want to go off the rails and see if there's and say something that's not right. So I'll happily, I don't know, app notifications, show all. No, okay. So if there's something in here that gives me the option to not have it warn me about that, then get notified when battery use issues are found. Okay, I did find that in settings. Is that? Either way, when you give me a notification, I don't want to have to go digging 3 levels into a menu to say, "I don't care about this notification.
Yeah.
Never send it to me again." I'd love to talk about Microsoft Teams.
Sure.
Every single tang time I sign into Teams on my account, which is a lot because I have my home computer, I have my laptop, I have my work computer, I have my phone. Actually, you know what? It's pretty good about not signing in. No, actually, no, it does sign you out on the phone for a bit. So I sign into Teams a lot. It's kind of a hobby for me, signing into Microsoft Teams. Every time I sign in, it asks, "Do you want to let the organization manage your device?" And it also asks, "Do you want to sign in system-wide or just this app?"
It asks you that every time?
Every single time.
That's actually weird. I do not have that experience.
Then, and this is fun, then it asks, "Hey, do you want to stay signed in so you don't have to do this all the time?" And I click yes. I know it isn't going to work, but I click it anyway.
I click yes every time.
I click yes every time because I do not want to be prompted to sign in constantly. Someday, I dream of a day when that button will work. It'll be grand.
It's not this day.
But it is not this day. The courage of Microsoft to keep giving me the same message will fail. But it is not this day.
I do wonder, like, I read a headline, Microsoft splitting off Teams from Office.
Yeah, that's the thing in the EU now, right?
But I thought this was going to end up happening everywhere. Man, we're talking about like clicking too many things. I Google that and Google's like, "Do you want to try AI mode?" It's like, no! Get out of my way. Ugh. Yes, Microsoft is in the process of unbundling Microsoft Teams from its Office 365 and Microsoft 365 Enterprise suites globally.
Wow. Nice.
Apparently, it'll become for new customers. Okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think this is going to happen to everyone eventually. I'm really wondering what that's going to do to Teams, because Teams is, in my opinion, just objectively not a very good communications platform for like a bunch of reasons. Tons. We've gone over them many times before.
His take, not mine. I don't disagree, but the word objectively is kind of scary. Like, you could say something as simple as,
I can explain.
Objectively, this frequency response curve is even farther outside of what would be an ideal frequency response curve, and people would get like really f***ing mad about it. Like, you could say something as simple as that.
I can explain why I say that, though.
Yeah.
Because in communications, there's, you know how there's like the whole body language and stuff like that. It is difficult to tell if things are working in Teams. They
because it's like
seem
this.
to
It's got all the body language.
No, there's things like the box around your picture has like a border that lights up when your mic is activated for the other person. So the other person looking at you talking, your little box will have the thing. Okay, cool. Sounds good. Almost every other platform just does the same thing for you.
Yeah.
Teams does not.
Unacceptable.
They finally listened to it.
Okay, but I have a real problem.
They listened to the feedback, and they decided to make it so that the mute icon microphone way up in the corner will slightly fill up whenever you're talking.
No. I have
terrible.
I have a real complaint about Teams. Teams is trying to destroy my monitor. So I have an OLED at home.
Okay.
And one of the things that I do to keep my OLED, not burned in, is I auto-hide my taskbar. If I have an unread message in Teams, my taskbar will not hide. Drives me absolutely bat crap crazy, because it could be a message that I have already addressed on my phone, but my taskbar will just be open. They're trying to burn the taskbar into my monitor. Yeah. So I can't use auto-hide taskbar.
Teams feels extremely half-baked to me. Yeah, I don't know. I could genuinely talk about it for like hours. Flat out wrong. Nothing provides better integrated platform. That matters more in enterprise, bigger companies, compliance, smaller companies.
Do you want me to ban him? I'll ban him.
No, that just has nothing to do at all with what I was talking about, so it doesn't really matter. But the thing that I was discussing was Teams itself and Teams being good, not its ability to integrate with other things. Its ability to integrate with other things is pretty good. I don't think it's actually necessarily the best. But yeah, that just actually has nothing to do with
And
my
to be
argument.
clear, we obviously choose to use it.
Yeah, because it's cheap as dirt, which is the reason why almost everyone uses it. And a lot of companies need something else that's in Office 365, which is, again, why they end up using it. It's like used out of convenience. It's used out of the reasons that Handyman just pointed out, which is that it's like integrated with so many other things.
It's almost like that's why Microsoft managed to get to where they are today at all.
Because it's there. It's not used because it's good. And I'm wondering if that will be really changing at all with this decoupling. I seriously doubt it, because even if it's decoupled, it's still there, and it will still just work with a lot of the other things that most companies happen to need. So
it's remarkable how often the first 6 seconds of a Teams call are cut off.
Yep.
WhatsApp works.
Yep.
I'm trying to think of something else that doesn't work, like FaceTime. Can you remember the last time you made a FaceTime call and just the first 5 seconds of it was both sides being like, can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? It happens constantly on Teams.
That happens to me on literally no other modern communication platform other than Teams, and it is a constant problem on Teams.
That's
Teams
great. Chat be like, it has a built-in millennial pause.
Yeah, it really does. Teams seems to be really obsessive about screwing around with your audio devices in really weird ways as well, which is odd and doesn't make any sense to me.
All right, Teams is boring. Let's move on.
Yeah.
Why don't we talk instead about how Microsoft will be using AI to make AI better? Okay, that sounds really boring and sucky, but hold on,
it's
it gets
actually
good.
Incredibly interesting.
With microfluidic cooling channels. Microsoft is using AI to map hotspots. Do you want to click the Microsoft announcement? I think they had some pictures in there.
Yes.
Is using AI to map hotspots in its AI accelerators individually. So that is on each unique chip. Then laser etching hair-sized channels to pump coolant through them. The channels bring coolant into direct contact with the silicon. Microsoft says inside the silicon. Forbes says passing over it. Forbes is almost certainly more correct than Microsoft here. Sorry, Microsoft. Inside the silicon would break it. Both the method and the AI are from specialized Swiss startup Corintis. Microsoft has claimed a 3x improvement to cooling compared to traditional cold plates. The channels need to be deep enough to circulate coolant without clogging, but not weaken the silicon enough to break. 4 design iterations were produced in just the last year, and the chips needed to be designed with a leak-proof package. What?
That's wild.
Dude, this is so cool.
Yeah, I was worried about playing the video because...
Yeah, whatever. It's from Microsoft. It should be fine.
Realistically,
if for Microsoft to be like...
Isn't that nuts?
Like, go back to that. That was... Dude, that's crazy. Look at this.
That's nuts.
So you just plumb the coolant directly up to the... Are you kidding me right now? Actually, okay. Do you think we could do it?
Ourselves?
Well, not obviously, we wouldn't have the microfluid channels.
Yeah.
But do you think we could seal something against a board well enough to just like pump coolant into it right to the die?
Yeah.
You think so?
I think so. Not anywhere near... I mean, that was a render, but not anywhere near as clean as I think they're proposing that they're going to be doing
like,
it.
I don't think we'd be able to do it on a desktop socket just because then you have the socket to contend with. But if we were to do it on like a framework motherboard or something like that and just basically like,
we could
use
something.
the cock. Just put all the cock around the CPU.
We'll need a lot of cock.
A lot. And then just plumb it in there.
Thick.
Just lay on the cock.
Yep.
Just lay on it.
Yep.
And then, like, what kind of shape would we need? It would have to be like, it couldn't go all the way around because you'd have to have an opening.
Yeah.
You'd have to have an opening, maybe a flat side. So it'd be like the D.
Somewhere, yeah. Yeah.
Anyway, the point is, the reason that I wanted to talk about this, the reason this is like a main topic rather than, like a, whatever they're called, rapid fire topic, is because I saw something really cool today. And I know it's not going to make you jealous because you're going somewhere cooler than me next week. But wait, what?
No, I'm excited to hear it.
Oh, okay. But it was very cool. So our bros over at Simon Fraser University here in beautiful British Columbia.
Last time you worked with them, it was sick.
How long ago do you think that video was?
6 years.
It was 8 years ago.
Whoa, I thought I was shooting relatively high.
That's the face I made.
Oh my God.
Because I looked it up. Because I wanted to grab a B-roll clip from the last time as I was writing the script, and I was like, you gotta be kidding me right now.
That's nuts.
Yeah,
actually.
the last time we worked with them was 8 years ago. And at that time, they were rolling out, I believe it's codenamed Cedar, Canada's fastest supercomputer. Well, guess what, baby? This time, things are getting furry, if you know what I'm saying.
Beaver?
Codename Fur.
Oh.
Yeah.
Nice.
They're named after trees.
Cool.
Yeah. So this time around, they just rolled out their Fur supercomputing cluster, and it makes Cedar look like it's made of wood. Like Cedar is like hobo garbage compared to Fur. It's amazing.
Have you already seen it?
I was there this week.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Yeah. So the reason that I felt it was related to this is that we haven't actually gotten many opportunities to look at liquid cooling in the data center. So we did that thing with Equinix a little while back, and they had some liquid cooled racks, but they were inside a cage that belonged to a customer because that's Equinix's business, right?
I got to see it at OVH.
Well, I didn't go there.
We couldn't look at certain things too closely and stuff.
I got to look at everything.
Oh.
So because SFU are the actual owners of the systems, they were like, yeah, fuck it. We're going to pull a couple out of prod. And so both a CPU node and a GPU node, we got a chance to go right hands-on with direct-to-die cooling systems. We saw the liquid distribution units that go down at the end of the aisle. We got to oh my god, they're beautiful. Man, they're okay. So they had CPU nodes and GPU nodes as part of the cluster, and the CPU nodes are 1U, okay, 192 cores. Yeah. Oh wait, hold on. Did I say 192 cores? No, that's wrong. Sorry. 1U, 2 nodes per U, 192 cores per node.
Jeez.
So these are almost 400 cores per 1U. And there isn't a single fan in them. Not one.
It's just all water cooled?
The CPUs are liquid cooled. The memory is liquid cooled. The NIC is liquid cooled. The SSD bay is freaking liquid cooled. Everything is liquid cooled. And then the GPU one obviously adds the GPUs to that. So they're using chilled liquid from the outside of the building. They've got evaporative cooling towers. So they pull those in. Those go to their water doors. So they have the same rear doors that they had last time. Did you watch the video last time? I mean,
yes.
It was 8 years ago. I wouldn't blame you for forgetting.
I don't remember, but yes.
But basically, you pull ambient air in the front of the rack. It gets superheated, essentially. Well, not superheated in like a scientific sense, but it gets heated up, okay? And then it comes out the back, and then they force the hot air through a door that is a big radiator that has chilled liquid running through it, about 16 degrees Celsius.
Yeah.
And then by the time it gets crapped out into the aisle, it's just room temperature. So they don't have a traditional hot aisle, cold aisle setup.
Yeah.
They just have hot inside of the rack and then 2 cold aisles, essentially.
A decent amount of this sounds pretty similar to OVH's setup.
So they still have water doors on the back, and that just handles any waste heat from the power supply, any networking that's inside the cabinet, anything like that. So they pump the primary loop right into those water doors. So that's the glycol loop that goes out to the cooling towers. Then they go from the water doors to the cooling distribution units that are liquid distribution, LDUs, or whatever they're called. It's in the video. So those are at the end of the aisle, and then they've got a huge heat exchanger in those. And when I say huge, I mean f***ing massive. 600 kilowatts. 600,000 watts heat exchangers in these things. It's enough to make a man all hot and bothered. And then so those have redundant pumps. What's that, Mr. Daniel Besser? Sorry about that.
I need a minute. 600,000 watts.
Yeah, I know, right?
How big are they?
They're not that big.
No?
No, they're not that big.
Like the size of a building or like a room?
No, they're just at the end of the rack. They look like a regular...
How is that possible?
A regular cabinet. It's just a big heat exchanger, man. I mean, that one in my basement, it's only like this big. I forget how many freaking watts that thing does, but it's a lot. Like,
heat exchange is pretty nuts.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Fluid to fluid heat exchange, man. It's efficient, right? Anyway, so 600,000 watt heat exchanger, and then they've got redundant pumps in there, and those pump the secondary loop, which goes directly to the system. So you don't need glycol because it's all indoors. You don't actually go outside to the cooling towers.
Okay. So that is different then.
Oh, okay. Is that different?
I believe so.
Okay.
If I'm remembering everything correctly.
Most setups would have a primary and a secondary loop, and they would use heat exchangers, but maybe
no.
They do, maybe they don't.
I think OVHs all go outside.
Do they?
I think so.
So just primary loop.
I believe so.
No secondary loop. Okay. Don't quote us on that. And that might not be true of every data center.
I also just might not remember correctly.
That they've done necessarily. Okay, so what was I talking about next? Oh yes. Oh dude, like it's crazy. So you can so I was actually able to because they're SFU systems. There's no concerns about customer security or privacy or whatever. So we're freaking opening up like the heat exchanger cabinet. I'm like, oh, I wonder which side's the hot side. Put my freaking hands on them. Like, dude, it's crazy. So the hot side's like almost 40 degrees or something like that. And so that goes into the heat exchanger. And then that goes to, I think the coolant coming out of the water doors is like, it starts at 16 and a half. And it goes up to like 18 or 20 or something like that. Dude, and the side of these liquid distribution units, they have like a touchscreen LCD on them that just shows like both loops and all the temperatures and pump RPMs and everything. They've got all the telemetry. If only I had 82 million Canadian dollars, then I too could have that.
I wonder.
Also, I'd have to have somewhere to put it.
I know a lot of schools actually do have quite a bit of money, but I wonder, like, that's a lot of money for like student project stuff. So I wonder what they're
this
doing
isn't
with
like student projects.
Research stuff?
Yeah,
PhD students?
this is research.
Yeah.
I would imagine they might even lease out some of this compute. I don't actually know that for sure, but I do know that the funding came from a combination of the federal government, the provincial government, and then also in-kind discounts. From the providers.
Yeah.
So they mentioned Lenovo. Shoot, I'm gonna forget who they are. They also mentioned the brand that did the cooling and one other brand. But they all they're all shouted out at the end of the video. It was an absolutely incredible tour, though. It was my first time getting to go full nuts and bolts, hands-on
really cool.
with, and like I gotta say, man, the loop layouts in these things are like wild. Like, completely defy every law of efficient water cooling loop layout logic.
What do you mean? How so?
Like, they are full of 90-degree bends.
Oh.
They're everywhere. And like they're using these like teeny tiny like 1/8 inch tubes inside. There's like manifolds everywhere. The whole thing doesn't look particularly balanced for flow restriction. Like,
do they just have like insane pressure and don't care? Like, what?
But so they're taking a 1/8 inch, looks like a 1/8 inch tube. Maybe it's 1/4 inch. I don't know how thick the walls are because it's all copper. It's copper everywhere. It's beautiful. And they take that one like 1/8 inch, maybe 1/4 inch tube, and it goes to a manifold that goes to those 4 GPUs, each of which is 700 watts. Oh, did I even mention the GPU nodes are 1U? Have 48 CPU cores. They can actually do dual CPUs. You could put 192 cores in there. And then they have 4 H100s in each 1U. Not a single fan. Not one.
How much is an H100?
Don't worry about it. About 30 grand.
I thought it was H200.
I don't think they're priced that differently.
Oh.
And these are H100 80 gigs, which are like the better H100. And then the H200 has even more memory, if I recall correctly, but uses the same Hopper architecture.
Yeah, some of these are real expensive.
Yeah.
See, $40K for one of them, but it's from a reseller, so I have no idea what people are actually buying them for.
Yeah, and that completely ignores any in-kind discounts that you get as an educational institution or whatever. SFU wasn't able to tell me what they paid for them, so we just kind of used word
some
on the street
stuff
pricing for them. Yep. Whew. They did say the total budget though was 82 million Canadian dollars. So that's basically all the money in Canada.
So did they did they decommission Cedar?
Yeah, they actually, I couldn't quite tell if they were joking or not, so I said, no thanks, I'm good. But they offered to just like hand me a node and like, they were like, need any SSDs? I'm pretty sure they were kidding, but I didn't want to get anybody in trouble, so I just said no and laughed along, and we didn't take anything out, and nothing left their facility. Everything's good, everything's chill. But I'm pretty sure they were joking. But no, it was just pieces of cedar were just sitting on racks. Just, I mean, it was 8 years ago. What are they going to do with it? No, who's going to want an 8-year-old supercomputer? I mean, we talked about this on WAN Show. Remember when that like used to be a top 10 supercomputer or whatever it was for sale on eBay? You remember that, right?
Oh, yeah.
And we basically had so many people linked it to me and we're like, Linus, you should buy a supercomputer. And it's like, not necessarily, because while the processors and maybe the memory might have some value, those platforms are basically garbage because they cost more to run than they're worth to run, which is why they're being decommissioned. Because the new stuff is so much more efficient that by the time you spend all that money on power, you're way better off just buying new stuff and powering that instead of running the older stuff. Was it Cheyenne? Was that the one that was for sale? I forget. It was a major supercomputer. That might be the one. Yeah. Cheyenne supercomputer sold at auction for $500,000. So, I mean, when this thing would have been purchased, it would have been a flippin' fortune. This is loading too slow, and I'm actually not that invested in it anymore. What are we supposed to be doing next, Dan?
You're a little early, so you can keep doing more topics if you want.
We don't have like a ton of topics this week, so why don't we
let's go into merch messages then.
All right, those of you who are new to the WAN Show, we don't do super chats, we don't do Twitch bits, we do merch messages, because the way we see it, when you throw your money at the screen, you should get something thrown right back in your face. In this case, high-quality merchandise from LTTStore.com. Where are my callouts? I don't see them. CW announcements, there they are. Oh, we have some very exciting things for you folks. Luke, would you like to model it?
Oh, yes. We have more tall shirts.
Woo!
I don't know. I can stand, but I'm going to go right out of frame. We have
now
more
you
tall
can
shirts. Look, it fits.
Now you can have a tall shirt in any color you want, as long as it's black or one of our new colors.
My hands are above my head. My belly's not showing.
Wow.
Woo! Gotta love
It's amazing. They're not just black shirts.
I know.
It's kind of a curse for me because now I need to buy a bunch more shirts.
Do you want to load up LTT Store while I talk through the new stuff that's there?
It is up. I'm done.
We have a new fall colors drop in both long sleeve and short sleeve, and they are available in both regular and tall fit. The lineup now includes stone.
That's all of...
You'll find it.
There it is.
Stone, shadow, and cranberry, which is what Luke's wearing. So we can help you keep your wardrobe fresh this fall. Our blank shirts are extremely well reviewed. We've got 303 reviews on the site now. By the way, if you ever buy something on LTT Store, please do leave a review. We always want your feedback, no matter whether it's super positive or super negative, as long as you're keeping it, factual and your criticisms are constructive. We always want to build better products, so please tell us your experience because that also helps people who are shopping for the products. And there's more. The defrag sale is wrapping up and stock is almost gone. We've got crazy pricing. Do you want to pull it up? On the hot dog V-neck, the Maze screensaver party shirt. He's looking for it. He's going to find it.
I misclicked. I meant to click the arrow.
He's got this. There we go. The black task jacket and dropout hoodies. Once they're gone, they're gone. Friendly reminder, wish I had mentioned this last week. Try to bundle these with something else because as you can probably tell, no, we are not making money on these at these kinds of discounts. So that would be super cool. Neat.
There's also some of these don't have any stock left. I think the CPU pillow is gone.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
Yeah, but that does not mean that they're all out of stock. Some of them might have just one size. Like he mentioned the task jacket. That one just has a medium.
Yep.
But the discounts are pretty nuts, so it's decently worth checking through here, seeing what ones are still around.
All right. What else we got? And finally, Behind the Seams feature. We put out a Behind the Seams newsletter where we break down the design process that went into making our blank tees the way we wanted. Fit, fabric, durability, all of it. Where will I find that? If you're into that kind of behind the scenes look at how our products come together, sign up for the newsletter to catch future deep dives. Oh, okay. All right. Yeah. Sign up for the newsletter. Where is that? There it is. Nice. Cool. All right. You want to pick a topic?
Oh, we got to read a couple merch
Sure.
messages.
Oh, right, merch messages. Sorry. Oh, right. We never explained how to send a merch message. All you got to do is go to lttstore.com. Oh, there we go. Add something to your cart. Say, for example, a tall fit t-shirt in cranberry. Hey, look at that. Then you can look just like Luke. And Jake Bell. Jake Bell's not tall. Why did he model these? Okay, you know what? It doesn't matter. The point is, we are live, so you just click, I would like my purchase to appear as a merch message on the LTT stream. You just send your merch message, and it'll go to producer Dan. Okay.
I'm wearing a shirt.
Get out of here. Get out of here. There we go. It'll go to producer Dan, who will put it down there, or who will reply to it, or he hit the thing, or he will curate it, and we're going to show you guys what that looks like. Dan, do you want to read us a curated message or two?
Yeah, sure. I've got a bunch here.
Lovely.
Hey, WAN boys at Linus, you and Yvonne have loads of experience building stuff and managing complex projects now. Would you ever consider building a house, maybe a holiday home or something?
One of the things that I've learned from all the experience that I have with big projects is that every big project will contain so many stumbling blocks and so many fun things to learn that just because you have a lot of experience managing projects doesn't necessarily mean that all of a sudden you're an expert in everything and you should just manage any kind of project. If anything, I would say the more experience I get, the more I realize that I don't know, and the fewer things I can assume. Let's look at Whale LAN, for instance.
Sure.
When we acquired that building for the badminton club, and then also we wanted to do quarterly gaming events, I kind of went, well, it's got lots of space. It's got lots of power. We work out a deal with the neighbors. We get some parking in here. Everything should be fine. How long ago was that? Was it 2 years?
3?
2 years, I think. I think it was 2 years.
Is it 2? Okay.
I think it was 2 years. And
You bought the building 2 years ago?
Oh, easy.
I thought it was more than that.
We might have commercial real estate moves slow.
Sure,
we might have signed papers way before. I don't remember when we signed papers.
Got it.
Because remember too, it was only going to be half the size. And then by the time we actually made a video about it, it was 2 sides. A whole. We had to go tear up most of the blueprints and redo them, and it was a whole thing. Anyway, the point is that we are now a couple of years in, and the first Whale LAN is tomorrow. So, okay. And homes, look how long the home reno took.
Yeah.
And that's a reno. And to be clear, there are a lot of things that would have gone faster with a ground up build.
But there's also a lot of things that might not have.
And that we might have overlooked. Dude, when we were shopping for our current place, wow. We probably saw 40, 50 properties. During the course of the multiple years that we were shopping, our poor realtor. We tried to go to a lot of open houses and stuff so that we didn't have to drag him out. But the point is, we saw a lot of places. And I think Luke has actually been to the neighborhood where Yvonne and I saw a lot of places. And there's a lot of custom homes there.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of well-intentioned and creative,
weird stuff.
Creative first-time home designers.
If it works perfectly for you and you live there forever,
yeah,
who cares?
I remember seeing this one place that was I was like, why isn't this selling? It's huge and it's priced so well. It was probably 7,000 square feet or something. And we get to it and we realize, oh, this only has 3 bedrooms in it because they had 2 kids. And they were like, well, why would we need another bedroom?
That's all we need.
And that's great. But unless you have another small family that wants to live in a mega sized house that just has all these spaces that don't seem to have any purpose, then good luck selling.
What about second billiards room?
Yeah, exactly.
We saw it. One of the places that we saw had a ballroom in it.
Yeah. Which
sure.
I'm not kidding.
You're doing a lot of galas? Probably not.
No.
If you're into it,
not so much.
That's wonderful, and I'm happy for you. But I do not ballroom. Or that depends. Are we talking plastic orbs?
Cargo.
Because then I'm super into it. Anyway, yeah. So it was this comically big house with just 3 bedrooms in it. And I was like, okay, yeah, that doesn't really make a ton of sense. So people don't tend to build what's balanced. They tend to build what works perfectly for them. And I think we've seen enough of what's perfectly designed for me to know that probably wouldn't appeal to anyone else. So building that house would legitimately be a terrible idea unless I were to sort of temper my my specific needs and build something that is better suited for the general populace, in which
And
case,
then almost, what's the point?
why do I bother?
Yeah.
I should just buy a house that's a professional designed.
Honey, why is the server room bigger than the living room?
To fit all the computers, obviously.
Oh, okay.
What if you worked with an architect who
I thought you were supposed to.
took just vague ideas and made you something cool?
I mean, at that point, though, I guess the main reason that I wouldn't bother is that we already found a house that was damn close in terms of the bones, and then extensively modified it.
Your place's layout is super cool and very unique.
My layout is like perfect at this point.
Never seen a place like that.
It's not it's not perfect, but it's perfect for me. We did change a lot.
But your needs and wants are going to change, so perfect is never really going to fit anyways.
Dude, my eldest is going to be like moved out in like 5 years. Right?
Sure.
Crazy.
In this economy?
Yeah,
Crazy.
kind of doubt it. Depends on
Well,
how
if
well
they
you
go to
set
school.
them up. Where?
I don't know, on campus? I don't know. Renting with friends, roommates?
Yeah, that's really expensive these days. So it depends on how much you're helping out. That might be a commute.
That's a long commute.
It depends what school.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
SkyTrain's coming out here.
That's right.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Either way, my point is, we'll legally be an adult in that time.
Yeah,
Like, that's mind-blowing to me.
that's weird.
My SFU tour was 8 years ago, you know? When he was like this high. Time is flying too
I was
fast,
talking
dude.
about shit manufacturers say
Yeah.
the other day, because I was talking about like, I think it's been 3-4 years since we've made one of those. Let me see.
3-4 years, dude.
I thought that was the last one that came up when I looked at it.
I mean, you can check. Hold on, we'll go Luke laptop here. Luke laptop Rier.
Thanks.
Laptop
Very nice.
Renier. Laptop Renier. Anyway.
4 years ago.
Oh, okay. All right.
Has there been one since then?
I don't think so.
Yeah, so 4 years.
And it was probably years before that one since we had looked at that series.
Something I did find though is that
Hey, look, I'm always the victim. I'm never to blame. That's good to know.
Where?
No, you got to go higher. Is that new? Oh, no, that's that one.
8 months ago.
Hold on. No. Hold on. That's not up there.
Yeah, that's a holy. But the actual like manufacturers say ones, they like always banged. They did really well, basically every time. So I was talking about that series in general and like how it started with like the gigabyte black backplate thing.
Oh, yeah,
and
right.
all that chaos. And I realized that the gigabyte backplate video is like ancient.
Oh,
now.
yeah. It's like
That was
10 years ago.
yeah.
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 Gigabyte
Yeah.
painted their backplates black or something to like help
No,
with
they were
heat emission.
they were
or
copper backplates.
Were they? Oh,
and-
right. It was right over the GPU die. And they said it would like cool
They
it
said it
better
would
or
lower it by
something.
3 degrees, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
And the real thing was that their old backplates were really bad. So you could either have this copper backplate or just no backplate,
And it would have been fine.
and it would have been fine.
Right.
But having their old backplates like increase the temperature, so it was a benefit versus having their old bad one. If I think that's how it was, but you'd have to watch that old video, and I think you'd have to watch the like Instagram video I think that we posted, because they like called me. Their board called me at like 3 a.m. or something. I still have no idea how they got my phone number.
They have their ways.
Yeah, and then they like pushed for me to take the video down, and we were just like, no. But they were like, okay, we can have our engineers like correct your information for you. And I was like, okay. Their engineers told us it's versus our old bad backplate versus nothing. It's zero change. This was like a technical marketing issue. So I brought that to their board and was like, this is what your people told me. And they're like, okay, please post like an update. And I was like, you don't want me to do this. And they're like, no, please do it. And I was like, okay. And then it was just bad. Yeah.
Nice.
I don't know. Whole thing was weird. Probably reach out to manufacturers before we post the videos. I think we learned that bit.
I mean, we weren't even wrong on that one.
Not that
but
we're not going to post it.
Yeah.
But I think we don't need to like jump scare people.
That's true.
They can at least know it's coming.
That's true. We do have a process now where the partnerships team gets the schedule of what videos are coming, so they can at least be like, hey, be ready.
Yeah. Which is like, we were going to post it anyways.
Yeah.
But like, at least
I think the sheet for it is like brand unsafe videos upcoming, and they don't interfere with the editorial team, but it's just nice for them to be ready to prepare their inbox.
Yeah.
to receive an email.
They knew exactly what they're doing. All publicity is good publicity.
No, it's
as much as I slammed them, I actually don't agree. There was people on that call that called me that had genuinely no idea at all what was happening, and they thought the claim was real. They read it just the way that I did and assumed that it was a real thing that they were claiming, and they assumed that they were not lying. Someone saw this data, either misinterpreted it or construed it in some way, and then that got through and got published. Big companies, stuff happens.
It turns out that when you have 1,000 or 10,000 or 100,000 people, they are not all marching in lockstep.
Yeah. And
it
that
just
doesn't
work
make
like
it
that.
okay.
No, it doesn't make it good.
No.
But what it does make it is not malicious.
It's understandable.
Most of the time.
Sometimes it totally is.
Sometimes it seems to be totally malicious.
I don't know that this one was. I in my opinion, I suspect someone on the technical marketing team just didn't understand and just was like, oh yeah, I see number went up by 3, so it goes up by 3. Very good.
I mean, you would be amazed how much of the marketing and sales teams of even like very broadly speaking, very technical companies don't know that much about tech.
This is also, I have
They
also
know
heard
sales.
from many different people that work in the industry that work on the products themselves.
Yeah.
I've heard from them about being very frustrated with the technical marketing teams and how they've taken certain claims and exaggerated them.
Well,
or
that's the
whatever
thing,
else.
is they're good at sales. They're good at marketing. They are not necessarily good at tech and don't necessarily care about that because it has nothing to do with their KPIs. And the reality of it is that you might say, well, then it's these companies' fault for not hiring more technical people to do sales and marketing. But you got to understand, sales and marketing have to talk to people. I'll leave the rest of it unsaid.
Yeah, and again, it doesn't make it okay. It doesn't make it good. I just understand. That's all.
And and if we want to diagnose
we still
a
release
problem,
the video.
And if we want to find a way to move forward, we have to understand these things because it's our job to work in this industry, you know, forever. So it is what it is.
Yep.
Another one?
Sure. Oh, was that still a merge? Good
Yeah,
Lord.
that was one.
Okay. Sure.
You made a computer, including a case for the YouTuber Wintergatan.
That's not really a question.
He now needs a storage server for his external hard drive collection of all his work. You want to help him, maybe? And yes, want your stickers.
That was a super cool build. I don't know if you ever saw that one, the wood PC.
It had the like working wooden gears. They were like motorized, I think.
Hold on. Yeah, hold on. It was pretty cool. Yeah, the amazing wooden PC.
Yeah, I remember that one.
Yeah.
3 years ago.
That was awesome. It was sponsored by SolidWorks. That's his. That's not ours. This is ours. So we basically laser etched a thing, and then we made these gears turn, which was super cool. We haven't really done as much. Hey, we built a wild PC that was sort of like themed in this way lately.
Those. I liked those a lot.
I think that's something that we could do more of. What I will say is it was something that started to not perform as well. I mean, remember, it kind of felt like it had a bit of a rise in popularity, kind of like, you know, game themed modded PCs back in the day. Like you'd go to trade shows and a booth like G-Skill, for instance, would be nothing but these like wild, like modded PCs and stuff like that. And then people got kind of numb to it and videos showcasing that kind of thing, they stopped really enticing people. And
where do you think that stopped? Because this is 3 years ago.
And it's more the momentum.
YouTube is funky, man. YouTube says 3 years ago. I expand the description.
It's almost 4.
2021.
Yeah. 23rd December 2021. Yeah, okay. It'll be 4 years ago in December of this year. Yeah. So anyway, the point is that there's probably a lot of people, like hundreds of thousands of people out there that are like, but I want to watch those videos. I would have watched the crap out of those videos. But that's the thing that people, I think, sometimes lose track of or don't realize, is that when we're looking at the numbers, we're looking at aggregate numbers and not just individual numbers. And so it was really interesting over the last couple of weeks as we dived into some of the inside baseball behind YouTube's algorithmic recommendations and how they do or don't register views. When ad blocker is being used, and we kind of talked about these things. And the big headline that a lot of people who didn't look that deep into it or listen to what we were saying globbed onto was that LTT has fallen off. Right? Like that was kind of the takeaway for anyone who wanted that to be the takeaway. And I'll be the first to tell you guys that our viewership is not as high as it was 3 years ago. But we also haven't fallen off completely either. And that's not necessarily the conclusion, but that doesn't change that opinions are like assholes, and many people had opinions about, what specific content it was of ours that was the reason that we had fallen off. Whether it was because we were doing content that was bad or because we had stopped doing content that was really good. And one of the funniest ones for me was people on both sides saying, they build too many computers and I'm bored of it. Or on the other side going, they don't build enough computers anymore. That's what I want to watch.
Do you think it might have been oversaturated and now it's cooled down and we could hit it again?
And being equally certain, no, I don't. Build a PC as a genre is highly competitive because it's super easy to do. And it's one where I feel like we especially are inherently going to struggle with it because there's almost nothing for us to say that we've never said before. That was why we did how to build a PC, the last guide you'll ever need. Because
what's the last one that what's the last we
did a POV one more recently because it had been quite a while and I felt that we were due for an update because the first POV build guide, and it really is the easiest one to follow along with.
But the amazing wooden PC is not a build guide, is it? It's like a
No, no. That one's it's like a build log.
Yeah.
It's 4 years ago. So more recently we did the acoustic baffle one was pretty cool. The most silent PC. We did, I'd say we've taken the idea and we've adapted a little bit. So we did buyer DIY with the arcade cabinet. In fact, that's the thing that's behind me right here.
Yeah.
That was a cool build log, like building a PC in a novel form factor. We've tried to add another layer to it other than just we built a computer because they started to be pretty sluggish for us. Anyway, and another one that people are sort of quick to diagnose as the reason that we're falling off is because we need to do more of it or because we need to do less of it is oh man, actually no, I forgot. I had it in my brain, but now I've forgotten, and honestly, it's probably boring anyway. So why don't we move on? We can do a new topic. I forget what the question was. Did I ever actually answer it? Oh, could we do a NAS? Man, that's one where you can only build NASs so many times. If he reaches out and kind of lays out what he needs, and if we can come up with a unique idea,
should make it so if a hard drive fails, it drops a marble in his machine.
That'd be kind of cool.
You could totally do that.
We have a lot of projects right now, so I'm not in a position where I could say oh yeah, we could execute on that in a super reasonable amount of time. So I don't want to commit anything, but anything's possible. In the case of that PC, we had a really good sponsor that was super adjacent to what we were doing. So sometimes it can rely on that because these can be really big projects. And sometimes, we can't get all the hardware. So we can't just go building like multi-$1,000 like NASs for people just out of our own pocket for no reason other than because they asked us for one necessarily. That's one of the reasons that we'll go and we'll bring in a sponsor or something like that and try to make it, wins for everyone. Win for the sponsor, win for our channel, win for the audience. They really enjoy the content, win for the other creator who gets, hooked up with this stuff. We try to stack W's as much as we can. Oh yeah, right. I remember what the other genre was. Really expensive stuff. It is hilarious watching the community broadly not agree on whether we should cover like outlandishly expensive stuff.
I don't think they ever have.
They never have and never will.
Yeah. Every
Every single video we upload that's like, here I am unboxing the world's biggest TV, or here's a $30,000 GPU. It's gonna have some comment thread under it that is people discussing how I remember when LTT used to be reasonably priced stuff for reasonable folks. It never was.
Ever.
It never, ever, ever, ever was. And but it always was. And it always will be. Like, how about this one? 4 tech YouTubers were challenged to build the best $1,000 gaming PC. That was a month ago. Here's a review of a mid-range GPU. Here's Scrapyard Wars, where we literally are trying to get the best deals.
point.
That's the entire premise of it. So it's always been, here's make your GPU faster for $7. It's always been both. And this is going to blow your mind. You can watch the videos that appeal to you. Whoa. I know. It's wild. It's wild.
I don't know. If I don't watch every single one, I get the shakes.
I do think you kind of miss out. I think that the team does an incredible job of making sure that there's fun and educational bits in pretty much everything we upload. And I'm only hedging because there's got to have been something at some point.
The content's so dense these days. There's so much stuff going on. Every video is like 20 minutes, and it's like 20 edited down minutes.
Yeah, I don't know how we used to do a 10-minute video anymore. Like, maybe that's something that we should explore. Like, do a 10-minute video once in a while.
Yeah.
But, like, okay, can you imagine? Okay, did you watch the one on the giant display volume?
Yes.
Okay. What could we have cut out?
You can't do that in 10 minutes.
How could we have cut 11 minutes out of that?
I almost wanted to see more. And I'm not even like...
We did cut out a bunch.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Like, we had to aggressively cut that down. It's such a cool video.
Like I remember this video 9 years ago. Oh my God. This video...
Yeah.
I thought was incredibly long at 16 minutes.
I gave you shit because I was like, this script is too long, buddy.
Yeah.
Ain't nobody got attention span for that.
Yeah. And
16
now we
minutes.
regularly release like 20 to 30 minute long
When's
videos.
the last time we had a 16-minute video? Not yesterday's. Not this ROG rig reboot. That's 23 minutes. Weirdest Parts on AliExpress, 19 minutes, 19 minutes, 29 minutes, 21 minutes, 16 minutes. There. We have to go back to the Bose sound cannon, acoustic wave
and
cannon.
And technically that one's still longer because mine is 1619. That one's 1624.
Okay. So summarizing an Apple event, we managed to make that shorter. One iPhone announcement. But I don't know, there's just people, I don't know how to address that, because if we say more, people get bored. And if we say less, people feel like it's incomplete. Maybe that's partly on us. Like, maybe we just need to be like, okay, yeah, we're just not going to include everything. Maybe we should go back to shorter videos. It's something we've talked about.
Oh, here we go.
Because it's very burdensome on the editors. It's burdensome on the writing department.
The only other one I did in that series, 8 minutes, 31 seconds.
Yeah. Yeah.
I remember when I had my like float plane week. So we do these things on float plane where we'll pick like a person and you make 3 pieces of content, and it's a week dedicated to like your pieces of content.
Yeah.
I made a video in there that was like about the state of the video game industry. And it was like 4.5 minutes or something. But I mean, there's no ads. I kick right into it. There's no need for like an intro and outro or anything. There's no appetizer. So I just go straight into the topic and talk about it. I got everything I needed to say in. It ended up being like very true with how things have been going on. And people were pissed because it wasn't longer. And I was just I remember reading the comments and I remember just thinking like, that wasn't even that short of a script for like back when I used to make videos. Like if you add in like ad spot beginning end, an intro, a longer outro, like all that stuff that you would normally have, that's probably about the length of this. What is going on with this live video? You get maybe
like 50 to 70 seconds of bloat just from kind of adding all that stuff.
Yeah. But no, now it's 20 plus long minute videos.
Wild.
It's crazy.
Dan, what are we supposed to be doing?
It's got a couple more topics in there.
Heck yeah. Google reveals its Android PC coming in 2026. Back in July of 2025. Okay, so 2 months ago. Google's Android president, Samir Samat,
in the day.
confirmed in a Tech Radar interview that they will be combining Chrome OS and Android into a single platform. The interview was very broad and not Chrome OS focused, but Samat did mention he was very interested in laptop productivity, and they are combining Android and Chrome OS. All right, fast forward to Qualcomm's Snapdragon Summit, September 24th, 2025. So 2 days ago. Samat says they're committed to the Chrome OS platform. Does that mean older Chrome OS systems will still receive support? Hasn't been confirmed. Samat also stated that Android tablets have shown to be a productivity machine and a success for them. So basically, we can't believe anything he says.
Okay, that's really interesting because I read these notes before the show. I read that one line and I had that exact word for word reaction of just like, none of this matters anymore. That's obviously a lie.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Is he thinking of iPads?
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, Android tablets exist, but like they seem to be like sign-up giveaways. You know what I mean? Like they're not really...
No, they're expensive. Dude, no, I only know this because I was trying to... Remember when we used to use a big Android tablet for our teleprompter?
Yeah.
And I was trying to buy new ones, and I was like, oh my God, I'm not spending $500-$600 on an Android tablet. This is ridiculous. And I had to go find some ancient honeycomb thing that was like, someone was selling used, and it was a really weird deal for some reason. Like, I think it turned out like they knew me when I got it. It doesn't matter. The point is that like I got another one of those old like Tegra 2 tablets, and I had to figure out how to like install a new OS on it. I had to do some like ADB shit. Like, yeah, it was a whole thing because I didn't want to spend more than like a couple $100 on an Android tablet because they're not worth that to me. So, but to be clear, there are very cheap Android tablets.
Yeah,
but they're really crappy.
Oh,
yeah. So I wanted something that was in that middle ground of like being decent because I was going to use it for a teleprompter. I needed the screen to be good and I needed the performance to be okay and stuff. I needed it to be reliable, but also, and I needed it to be big.
Performance doesn't need to be that great, but it needs to be reliable.
Big, I wanted a 10-inch tablet. And there was like nothing in that class. This is years ago though. There was nothing in that size class that was like reasonably priced. And so I was blown away by how expensive Android tablets are. And they still are. Like if you want to buy a Samsung or something, they're not cheap.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't even, like, this is $800.
I do wonder if in other markets they're doing okay. Like, how many reviews are there for that?
126.
Okay, so they're clearly selling some.
I'm fairly certain Best Buy reviews are unified. I think it's both sites. Oh.
So, and maybe in other markets they're doing really great. Oh. Okay, so they've aggregated reviews from Lord only knows where.
Yeah.
Interesting.
These are like all that way.
Okay. Cute. Okay.
That's weird.
They also, and this is where your eyes might really roll completely out of their sockets, they specifically want to bring the advancements with AI on Android to Chrome OS. Neat. The solution then, Google is combining Android and Chrome OS to make a new OS for PCs. The baseline of Android for PCs will be Android as a base with the Chrome OS experience on top of it. This appears to be a collaborative effort between Google, Qualcomm, and other partners that weren't mentioned. A senior VP of Google announced they specifically want to bring their AI stack in development into the PC domain so Android can serve everyone in every computing category, since they've already been available for smart home and auto devices. Personal computing has been a gap for them. Blah, 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 blah. Not much more has been revealed about their plans at the moment, and the latest announcement was more of a tease, but it does seem that Google has been working to improve Android with Linux apps. Ooh. The future for Chrome OS devices hasn't been explicitly covered, but Google's policy is 10 years of updates. So I'm going to hold them to that because I just bought a Chromebook. And Android Authority mentioned that GPU acceleration has been slyly added to Android's Linux terminal app. It doesn't work yet, but it does show that they're looking to improve performance. Google stated the end goal is to create an Android ecosystem that works seamlessly across devices. Well, good luck, Google. Hopefully you don't abandon it.
Before you minimize that, I threw some stuff at the bottom. I don't necessarily think I saw these in the doc, but I think they're super new, so I'm not blaming the doc writers, to be clear. Do you know about the new Facebook thing?
No.
Facebook, what is it called?
Sure, chat will tell us.
They're making a new feed that is just a feed of people's like AI-generated like mood videos. It sounds like the dumbest thing in the world.
The saddest part is like super smart people work at Meta. They could be doing anything. They could be building the future.
Yeah, it's called Facebook Meta Vibes AI.
Okay. Are you ready to screen share?
Vibes AI. Hold on one sec. TechCrunch. Sure, we'll go with that. Sure, go for it. There we go. Meta launches Vibes, a short-form video feed of AI slop. And yeah, in a move no one asked for, Meta is introducing Vibes, a new feed in the Meta AI app and on meta.ai for sharing and creating short-form AI-generated videos. That's it. Who wants this? Why?
So that you can just aimlessly doom scroll even more.
But it's just like trash.
I mean,
like someone in Full Plane Chat was like, remember that 2-week period when Luke was all excited about AI stuff? I am still quite interested in AI stuff.
wait, you don't want to watch this?
But like the direction of almost every corporation in how they're handling with it is just so uninteresting. Like I think it's called like friend.com or something.
Oh boy.
Have you heard of that?
I unboxed it.
Oh.
If you enjoy Linus Gets Mad about how utterly pointless and wasteful something is, tune in to Short Circuit, where I unbox... Oh.
No, I literally, I had it open. I just closed it.
Oh, wow. Did I... Man, I looked at his screen...
That timing was crazy.
And clicked it, and it was gone. I unboxed my friend. I named it Riley. I prefer the real Riley.
Yeah. Is this old?
It's old. The trailer there is old.
Yeah.
This went viral way back, but they actually shipped us one now.
Okay, got it.
Yeah,
I was going to say, they did like an ad takeover. Yeah.
Dude,
they did an ad takeover the New York subway.
Bell has actually been wearing it since the Short Circuit because he was like, maybe Linus was too mean. I should use it a bit more and make sure that it's actually as worthless and pointless as he made it out to be. And he came back to me a few days later and he's like, hey, so it's just as bad as you thought, maybe worse.
Yeah.
It's so bad.
It's terrifying. It's the amount of like, man, there's always the like utopian view of like, this will help us do less menial garbage work and will free the common person and allow us to do artistic pursuits.
Or there's the late stage capitalism view where it's like, it will create meaningless garbage work.
How about you scroll infinitely with the hand motion that is addicted through just the sloppiest, crappiest AI junk ever, forever, and see what happens? Like, that's not what I want. That's not interesting. And I feel like I knew this was coming. And there is interesting stuff happening in the space.
Oh, absolutely.
It's just not this. And it's also not, what is it called? OpenAI Pulse.
Oh boy.
I think both of these were announced today. So I'm not blaming the doc writing team. They are new. No, this is not new. Okay, either way.
All right, I'm on your screen. ChatGPT Pulse. What is this now?
ChatGPT Pulse. It essentially, let's see if they say it out loud here.
To reach your goals.
Yeah.
What does that mean?
So you tell it like goals or like things that you want, and it will work on it, in quotes, even when you're not like using it.
What does that even mean?
I think the thing that they would like you to think is that something like your badminton thing, when it was like, I'll go work on that and then get back to you, is that it's going to do that.
Oh, it'll like churn away on large tasks in the background or something.
I think that might be what they would like you to think. I haven't read this whole thing. I'm just being honest. So I might miss parts of it. Let's see if they show. When you're traveling, what is your preference? This helps us shape what kind of experiences, blah, blah, blah.
It'll research something for you? What is even...
So I think there was like a Sam Altman tweet.
Yeah. So basically they just want you to feed more personal data into it. Like, am I missing something here?
The thing that I suspect other people are picking up on as well is this is almost certainly going to be an ad engine.
Well, yeah.
So they can find like a bunch of people that have certain desires and then sell ads against those desires.
Right.
That is like for sure what's going on.
Right. So basically they just want some time to go sell it.
Here we go.
Between when you tell them that I'm interested in traveling and when it gives you a response.
This part right here.
Oh, man.
It performs super well if you tell ChatGPT more about what's important to you in regular chat. You could mention, I'd like to visit Bora Bora someday, or my kid is 6 months old and I'm interested in developmental milestones. And in the future, you might get useful updates. Also known as, to me,
ads.
Ads. You might get useful ads in the future. And you know, I'm sure they'll use it for other things first so that people feel really disarmed about it. And then later on, they'll just start trickling it in a little bit over time.
I mean, Elon said that out loud when when Grok got some update a little while ago.
Handyman linked this. What fantastic timing.
Nice.
Yeah, so like I'm like rather the second I read this, I was just like, if it said, you know, I'd like to visit Bora Bora someday, you could say that to it and it could definitely be helpful immediately. There is no reason for it to be helpful in the future. My kid is 6 months old. I'm interested in developmental milestones. It could definitely tell you some of those now.
Right now.
There is no reason that it should wait and tell you them later, unless there's some product that it could advertise to you potentially at a time that it thinks you might be more likely to buy it. Like if it realizes you're online at 2 a.m. or something, when people's ability to resist buying things is a little bit lower,
or
then
if
it'll hit you with it.
Knows your kid's 6 months old today, then it knows that your kid is 2 years old in 18 months. That's useful.
Maybe you need this other product.
Maybe you need shoes, or maybe, whatever.
Yeah, because giving it a desire does not mean that it is only going to attempt to fulfill that one desire.
Cyborg Citation says, it's like people watched WALL-E and thought it was something to aspire to rather than a warning.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Ani Hikage says, and this is a really good point, spreading out interactions with an app over time also makes it more addictive, so it's a Jedi mind trick as well. I added the Jedi part.
That absolutely makes sense. It'll
you
use
will
it
tell
to draw
me
you
your
back
desires. Brilliant.
To see a fab. What are you going to do about it? I'm already going.
Oh, are we talking about that?
I don't know.
I wasn't sure if it was a secret.
Maybe not anymore. I didn't say which one.
For crying out loud, Luke.
I didn't say which one.
Okay, well, he's going somewhere fabulous. Why don't we leave it there next week? Freaking guy.
I didn't say which one.
Okay. I just don't know if it's a secret or not.
I don't know.
Okay.
I just like half assume that everything is.
Why don't we talk about our sponsors? That's not a secret. The show is brought to you today by... Oh, are you good, Dan? Oh, he's awake. He's awake. Float plane first.
Right above the float plane.
You're above the float plane.
It's there. I put it in there so you couldn't yell at me anymore. He's still busy.
With Sammy away on vacation, Jake Bell of Short Circuit fame has commandeered the float plane exclusive helm and released 2 off-the-cuff videos walking around the office to get team reactions to the cursed Casio Moflin AI pet and the iPhone Air. All you got to do to enjoy them is head over to lmg.gg/floatplane to enjoy Bell's sultry vocals. Okay, that's a weird way of saying that.
Dulcet tones.
And also our incredible team. LMGers react to iPhone Air. I hate this thing so much. Editors apparently argue about it. Oh, okay, yeah, no, these seem pretty well received, so that's cool. Also, there's a new episode of We Have Fridays Off, and Linus is still late. Why is WAN late? I don't think I was late that time. What the heck?
There was quite a few on times.
Yeah.
There have been a lot of on times.
Yeah, because I was the only one who was actually... No, I was the only one. There were other people working the Friday afternoons sometimes.
Yeah.
We had Scrapyard Wars going, so I know that Hoffman was often
definitely here
working on stuff, and then David got kind of dunked on because we had the Chromebook video that we had to shoot together, and then he was also Scrapyard Warsing.
There's some Labs people in, there's some IT people in.
A lot of people had Fridays off for the latter part of the summer, just as kind of like, hey, wouldn't it be cool if Fridays were off? So it's amazing how easy it is for me to be on time for WAN Show when nobody's bothering me, because I was just sitting in my office working. I'm like, oh, it's time for WAN Show, and then I just go to WAN Show.
Yeah.
It's, seriously, I'm not going to claim to be a punctual person. That
you
would
were
be a
on
lie.
time like every one of those days.
But a big part of my challenge in being punctual is external factors.
Yeah.
Both Luke and I know this, and we're fine with it.
Yeah, well, I do my best. The show is brought to you by Corsair. You know what all these setups here are missing? More displays. But not just any display. A smaller display? Oh, cool. Like the Corsair Xeneon Edge.
These are cool.
It's a 14.5-inch touchscreen panel with a resolution of 2560 by 720 and a 60 hertz refresh rate.
What is that for?
Could game on it, but it's not really meant for that. It's meant to be for showcasing system info, like system metrics, or you could use it for chat channels or more. It's kind of up to you. Oh my God. It's kind of up to you.
Sick.
And with a bunch of magnets, and with a bunch of magnets and 2 integrated mounts, you can have it sitting on your desk or attached to a monitor arm or even live right inside your PC case. Learn more or pick one up for yourself today using our link in the video description.
I actually might buy one. Those are cool.
That is cool.
The show is also brought to you by Factor. Imagine this. You just got done unboxing your brand new TV. But instead of getting to enjoy it, you've got to go make dinner. With Factor, you can get ready-to-eat, dietitian-approved meals delivered right to your doorstep. Pick from 8 meal preferences that support your wellness goals, which now include even more GLP-1 friendly meals and Mediterranean diet options that are packed with protein or good-for-you fats. Or you can make your way east and try their brand new offerings of Asian-inspired meals. With a vast catalog of weekly rotating meals, some that include premium seafood choices like shrimp and salmon at no extra cost, you're bound to find something that fits your needs. Factor even says that 97% of their customers have reported living a healthier life thanks to their nutritious meals. So eat smart at factormeals.com/WAN50off and use code WAN50off to get 50% off your first box plus free breakfast for 1 year. That's cool. That's code WAN50off at factormeals.com for 50% off your first box plus free breakfast for 1 year. Finally, the show is brought to you by Rove Lab. If you just got the keys to your brand new apartment, what's the first thing you're going to buy? Chances are, it's going to be a couch. But getting one in can be
Hopefully not that one.
Bit of a pain. And the couch itself can be a pain. Ours was awful too. Enter Rove Lab with their modular furniture. They come packed in boxes that are small and light enough to lug up multiple floors on your own. And all you got to do is unpack for everything, wait for it to take shape, and your living room will be couched up in no time. Plus, it's made with their patent-pending smart foam, which is designed to feel even more comfortable over time while remaining mess-resistant and easy to clean. They even come with a 100-day risk-free trial period and a limited lifetime warranty for peace of mind. So head over to rovelab.com/WAN to get an LMG exclusive $100 discount that stacks on top of any other sales. But act fast because this offer is only active for the next 72 hours. We've actually got a bunch of Rove Labs stuff over at Whale LAN. So I've got a 5v5 120-inch tape-to-tape setup.
Nice.
Because of course I do.
Nice.
And we've got a bunch of because the couches are modular, so you can buy as many middle sections.
It looks like tofu
of a couch as you want, and then they're just zippers. You just zip them together.
Oh, that makes sense.
And then they're together.
Cool.
So that they're not apart anymore. It's pretty cool.
Nice.
All right, what else we got?
Topics.
DJ the creator asks, are they too close to the ground? They are close to the ground. Whether you're into that or not, that's up to you. I will say at Whale LAN, it's very convenient because it means that I don't have to have the projector up really high. So, because I don't have a way to do that.
Yeah.
What do you want to do next? Low WAN views solved. What is this?
Yeah, let's talk about that.
Oh, this. Redditor Yevelnad shared a surefire solution for low WAN viewership. We just need to do... Oh, come on. We just need to look more like this, which we can do like this. Why were you looking here? Look here.
I think this is not real time. I'm pretty sure it's not real time.
I mean, it wouldn't need to be completely real time.
I mean, we're already like 300 milliseconds late.
This is WAN 2.2. Funny enough, it's called WAN. This is WAN 2.2 Animate, I think, and I don't think that's real time. Am I wrong? I don't know a ton about this.
I mean, it might
Handyman
be.
says yeah.
Is it?
It
not?
might be.
I thought WAN only did 5 seconds.
Not like WAN Show is live. We could do 5 seconds would be fine.
Yeah,
but I mean, like
we could easily
5
have
seconds,
a delay.
and that's it.
Like streamers,
And then you have to render that. Like it's trained on 5 seconds.
Oh, got it. Okay.
I don't believe it's live.
Isn't that video more than 5 seconds?
Because like character replacement has been a thing for like long time.
Yeah.
Anyway, the brilliant plan is to turn everyone on WAN into photorealistic AI thirst traps.
Turn everyone on?
Personally, I think it's a great idea. Great Yuzuki posted a handy comparison of face swapping tools. Here we go. Got it. So pricing model, subscription, $19 a month, web-based, private generation. Oh boy. You know what? Let's navigate away from that.
We should. I didn't see it.
Yeah, don't worry about it.
We should take pictures of us from like, or videos or whatever. We have both. I don't know, 10 years ago. And just do that. So it's still us.
Also, apparently this is possibly fake because there appears to be real motion blur. So they might have just, staged that. Either way,
it's pretty mimicable.
I have seen some very, very
there's crazy ones. There's absolutely wild ones.
Like where the software like drops for a second and then like goes back up, and they're actual streamers.
Luke, didn't you send me a video ages ago about like the webcam one? It was like a real-time thing. The guy was sitting at his desk and wasn't actually sitting there, but it was him. Insomniac says that it's a fork of face rig, apparently. Real-time manipulation.
Who knows?
So it's just like VTuber at that point.
Yep.
Yeah.
Pretty wild, man. Anyway, I basically thought it was funny. So that was it.
Yeah.
Oh man, why is everything AI news? Let's find something else. Oh, this is fun. Okay. Man, we're going to talk about the Chevy Volt again.
Nice.
Because the Chevy Volt is a practical car for cool, practical people. And I was always frustrated back when I got mine and back when I did my video and back when I talked about that car, how people just didn't seem to get it. They didn't seem to get plug-in hybrid vehicles and how they were just like this incredible, like perfect marriage of the best things about an EV and the best things about a gas car, with admittedly some of the downsides of both as well, but really the best of both, because you get the economics of building them, because you don't have to fill them with all the fuel they will ever need forever. You just put a small battery in them that realistically covers most of your daily commuting. And you get the benefits of a gas car in that if you are going somewhere far, you just put gas in it and go. You don't have to think about range anxiety. So I did most of my driving on full electric with that car. I'd fill up the gas tank freaking like, I don't know, once every 4 to 8 weeks or something like that. Like I hardly used gas, and it was awesome. And I was shocked when I talked to a guy who worked at the Chevy dealer who was like, yeah, I had a guy trade one in who literally like didn't even realize that you had to plug it in. And it just blew me away. And it was a super efficient gas-powered vehicle.
It's one of the most unfortunate things with automotives that I've been paying attention to automotives for, because hybrids came out first. And then plug-in hybrids came out after, and people had no idea what it was.
They just didn't understand it.
Wii to Wii U thing.
Yeah.
It basically happened, but with cars.
So Buddy just drove his Volt for years and never plugged it in once.
Yeah.
Which is not the end of the world, because it doesn't have a super heavy battery in it. It's still a super efficient gas vehicle. But like, oh my God, if you just plugged it into your garage every night, you'd save a flipping fortune living here in BC, where electricity is so cheap.
It's very cheap here.
Anyway, Toyota came across this same unsettling piece of information that people are not charging their plug-in hybrid electric vehicles. And they came up with the ChargeMinder app. They're going to gamify it. It delivers push notifications at key moments, like when you arrive at home or other user-defined charging places. These notifications apparently increased charging by 10% compared to a control group. They also increased driver satisfaction by 16 percentage points. Because, duh! Who wouldn't be satisfied by driving for cheaper a lot of the time?
Yeah.
The gamification aspect includes positive reinforcement, like attaining charging streaks and charging habit summaries.
You know what they should...
Our discussion question here is, plug-in hybrid electric vehicles cost thousands of dollars more than regular hybrid cars. If people aren't buying them, or if people aren't plugging them in, why are they spending the extra money? And then this is from Nick Plouffe. He goes, I paid extra for a Prime, so not Amazon Prime, for a Toyota Prime, because I can plug it in.
Yeah.
Yes, that's because you are a smart person who owns a display. Allegedly.
They're not going to watch this anyways.
Dude,
I'll just say it.
Kills me.
I think there's ways that they could probably end up making money off this as well.
What's wrong with you? Yeah, shut up, Luke.
They're not going to listen to this. It's fine. But they could see the places that you're plugging in that aren't at home.
Oh, this man's smart.
Stop talking.
Yeah, sounds good. Next topic. SpamGPT. I don't think we can get away. They're all AI topics.
Let's do SpamGPT.
Okay, they're
right.
not all AI topics, but yeah, we'll do this one first.
Hit me.
SpamGPT is a new AI-powered email attack automation kit being found on people are mad. Being found on underground forums and the dark web. In a blog posted earlier this month, cybersecurity firm Varonis calls SpamGPT an enterprise marketing platform weaponized for spam, and says what used to require a team of skilled developers can now be accomplished by a single bad actor with a $5,000 toolkit. And it's spam as a service, which I would kind of hope for considering its name. The platform enables attackers to design, schedule, and monitor large-scale spam and phishing operations with minimal technical expertise. SpamGPT offers a straightforward GUI and detailed documentation and incorporates generative AI to create convincing spam campaigns. Tutorials teach users SMTP cracking mastery and techniques for spoofing trusted brands and domains. SpamGPT engineers bulk email to slip through spam filters and land in your inbox.
Which, honestly, kind of makes me want to buy it, because we have trouble with that sometimes, and we're sending legitimate email. It's like, if the bad actors can figure it out, why am I getting gated? Anyway, carry on.
By combining these features with campaign analytics, oh my god. SpamGPT.
Is this scary
this
or
is
what?
actually wild.
It's MailChimp,
the
but
funny
for like
thing is,
ne'er-do-wells.
the funny thing is, because it's I'm assuming it seems like it's a one-time payment of $5,000. This might be just a cheaper way for people to get like ad campaign management, because the multi just terrible ideas today.
Oh my god.
The multi-user subscription model that a lot of these platforms run on is really expensive and really annoying. So if it is just a one-time buy, it might be a pretty attractive option for like legitimate.
This is the worst timeline ever.
Anyways, okay. Someone's gonna buy it and repackage it as like a
legit thing.
I'm messaging Conrad right now. This is gonna pay the bills, baby.
Yeah, let's go. Keep the lights on with spam, with legitimate marketing activities.
Yes. Based on your ChatGPT history.
All right, by combining these features with campaign analytics, SpamGPT offers everything you'd find in a legitimate marketing CRM. This is my point.
I know, that's what I was talking about before.
But explicitly designed for malicious use. Domain owners are advertised to strengthen email authentication with DMARC, cool, SPF. There are big groups that don't have things like this running, and DKIM to prevent spoofed domains and to deploy AI-powered tools to detect phishing emails generated by large language models. Another more different SpamGPT is a set of Python scripts created by GitHub user Stavros Korokithakis. Hopefully that was pretty all right. This SpamGPT uses ChatGPT to send realistic replies to spam emails, wasting as much of the scammer's time as possible by playing along and pretending to do whatever the scammer is asking for, while insisting that any problems are on the scammer's side. Oh my God. Stavros commented on Hacker News saying, "It was a bit of fun until I realized that most of the replies for the spammers were AI as well." Oh.
So we were just automatically spamming each other while OpenAI made money. I stopped using it.
That's makes so much sense and is like for sure true and real.
What is it? Dead internet theory?
Yeah.
Like it's just bots talking to bots.
I mean, it is actually just a dead internet theory is just like real to a certain degree. Like there is an incredible amount of just bot traffic these days. Obviously, there's also like a never seen before percentage of the world that is online and
like actual humans
on the internet.
Yes.
But there is also such a rate of increasing levels of bot traffic that it's like the chance that what you're running into is bot traffic is actually incredibly high.
This is great. Gilmore D in Float Plane Chat says it's like two Furbies just babbling at each other.
Discussion question is direct human interaction with the internet dying.
Yeah. I think we can just move on.
In a lot of ways, it really is.
What should Linus ask Linus? Elijah posted a thread on the LTT subreddit where you can submit questions for our upcoming collab with Linus Torvalds. Don't miss it. Now's a great opportunity for you to go post on there or upvote anything that you would like to see us discuss with him. There's no guarantees that we will get to everything, but it could be some nice jumping off points for conversations with the OG Tech Linus when he comes up here for our, hopefully, if nothing else goes wrong, there will be no hard feelings if anything, does come up, but we seem to be, as far as I can tell, confirmed. I'm so excited. I forget where I was going with that. The point is, I think it's happening. I hope it's happening. I'm pretty sure it's happening. And if it does, what do you want us to talk to him about? That was it. Just want to make sure people are aware. And then do a little sort of kind of chat with you guys about Google Messages. Google's messaging app, the default, you use a Pixel, right? So your SMS app. Can you think of another modern text communication platform other than Google Messages
I know where you're going.
that doesn't support f***ing Cloud Sync.
Yep, that's where he's going. No.
What is going on?
It's honestly one of the only default apps that I feel like you need to get something else for.
Like, it's wild to me.
And it's interesting, like, how much further ahead it feels like iMessage is.
Oh, dude. Look, when Apple people tell me, yeah, I use an iPhone because, like, iMessage is so great, I roll my eyes because iMessage is nothing special. But if the only other thing they'd ever tried was Google Messages,
then dang, I get it.
I can see why they would think that iMessage is God's gift to people who send messages on their phone. Because, wow, is Google Messages... I hadn't tried to migrate text messages in a while because I was using my Note 9 for a super long time, and then I only recently started like switching phones a lot again. And so on my Note and on my Folds, I was using Samsung's Messages app, which also I think actually has don't quote me on that. I don't know how good the synchronization is on Samsung's, but the point is that I used like an import wizard. And so it wasn't really a problem until I started swapping between Google phones, like the Pixel and Graphene OS, and there was something else that I think it was a OnePlus I was using for a little while, and I kind of went, oh crap, I'm like losing track of a lot of my SMS messages, and it's not always convenient for me to completely migrate because I might have two-factor authentication or like the Unify Identity app so that I have door access at Smash Champs or whatever else. I might still have that on my secondary phone, or I might be using a phone for a little while knowing that I'm going to go back to my other one, and the only way to migrate back is to wipe the original one and then do the full migration. And it just kind of struck me. I was like, yeah, how the heck does this not have cloud sync? Literally, Google... that's the whole thing you're trying to sell me.
Go to Drive.
It's like Google One and Google Drive and like all this stuff. And it's been especially inconvenient. So I still am not switched over to the iPhone Air, even though I'm trying to, because Apple's migration also is broken.
Oh.
Seriously. Check this out.
I usually hear very good things about it.
Okay, because I've got an entire page of notes on my next I switch to Apple about what an absolute clusterfuck the migration process
I have an
been.
idea for a Linus I switched, by the way.
Oh, really?
I don't know if you're going to like it, but I'll pitch it when we're done here.
Hold on. Collections on this device. Screenshot. Where the hell is this? Where did I sync this to? You know what? These are pictures I took on my old iPhone 12 Pro because I couldn't, because both my Pixel and my iPhone were linked with a cable and displaying various states of the transfer.
Yeah.
So in order to document this, I had to put it somewhere else. So where did I put it? I don't think I put it on Google Drive. Bloody hell, where did I put it? Oh, you know what? I think I can find it. Basically, out of like 15,000 text messages or something, it managed to transfer 2. And this is one of the things that I often go off about with Apple's software design. And the reason for it is that as someone who uses a lot of devices and switches devices a lot and uses a lot of different kinds of apps and needs interoperability and has high expectations for a trillion, yes with a T, dollar company, I run up against it a lot. Is Apple's design philosophy is, it just works. The problem is that when it doesn't, it just works is baked in as an expectation. So when it doesn't, they often do not have the safeguards and backup plans that are baked into other platforms. So it's like probably one of the best examples I have of this is when Apple removed the restart function.
Yeah.
It used to have 2 sliders, one to shut down, one to restart. But it's an iPhone. it should never need to be turned off and turned back on. And I don't know this for sure, but there is literally no other reason that I can think of why they would have removed it, because it was and continues to be a very useful tool. In fact, I contacted Apple support, and it's one of the first things they asked me to do was restart my iPhone. So just give me the fucking button to restart it. Why do I have to touch it twice? I don't understand. Another one was, this was back with my old, this is like 10 years ago, so I don't even know if this is still true, but when I did my iSwitched on Mac, and Finder didn't have a refresh. Well, it should just refresh. Right, but when it doesn't, what do? Well, you go fuck yourself, is what you do. That's your only real option. So in this case, with the transfer tool, so I'm using the, what's it called? It's an Android app, Move to iOS. I'm using the Move to iOS app from Apple. And hold on a second. Yeah, here we go. I'm just going to make sure that I'm not just an idiot and I'm using like a third-party tool or something, because I'm pretty darn sure that it's first-party Apple. But I'd hate to accidentally upset Apple people again by... If I'm actually wrong. I don't mind upsetting them if what I'm saying is accurate. Yes, it's developed by Apple. So I'm using the Move to iOS app. And once again, in classic Apple fashion, when only 2 of your 15,000 text messages transfer, there's no retry button.
Oh.
There's no do it again button.
Oh, that's annoying.
So the instructions from Apple support, who were spectacularly unhelpful.
Start from the beginning again, I'm assuming?
Was to rewipe the iPhone and try again.
Yeah.
And I said, well, okay, what are we changing this time that would result in a different outcome?
Nothing.
And they go, oh, well, your internet might have caused an issue. And I said, I told you already earlier in this chat that I was connected with a cable. What makes you think that my internet played a role in the failure of this? What are we changing? What are we doing differently? Because what happened was my WhatsApp messages did transfer. So I'm no longer signed into WhatsApp. And I could do a whole separate rant about WhatsApp and how that too is a modern communications platform that for whatever reason does allow multiple sign-in across devices, but not 2 phones. No, never 2 phones. So I have to transfer, and you have to transfer WhatsApp when you are doing like the new phone setup too. It drives me absolutely bananas. So my WhatsApp did transfer over to the iPhone, but my text messages are here. And I've had some bad experiences with WhatsApp's backup and restore. Even when I explicitly click backup, verify that it's backed up in the last 1 minute, and then I restore it, I'll be missing like a week of messages sometimes. And it's really frustrating. I don't like that. I don't like not having my communication history. And it's legitimately caused problems for me sometimes. You remember that stupid scandal where someone accused me of something and I didn't have my WeChat history because I had like switched phones and didn't realize that it was like not cloud synced in any way. It ended up being fine because they were caught in like multiple other lies that basically were like,
ended up just dismissing everything basically.
Yeah, so that was really useful of them to just like completely fuck themselves like that. But I didn't have the DMs, which was super inconvenient for me. I don't like losing DMs. So I'm in a situation right now where my iPhone contains my WhatsApp messages and my Android phone contains my SMS messages. There's no cloud sync for SMS. They're asking me to wipe the iPhone, which, I don't know, maybe I will get all my WhatsApp history back. Maybe all of the messages will transfer this time. The whole experience just sucks. So in order, Google, cloud sync for messages. What the is wrong with you? It's another opportunity for you to sell more cloud storage. Like,
it should be pretty easy
now. Like, just do it tomorrow.
Yeah.
What are you waiting for?
It should be pretty easy.
Number 2, WhatsApp. Hey, just let me sign in across multiple devices. Like, basically everything. Like, what are you doing? Number 3, Apple. Retry buttons. You don't need to be allergic to them. It's okay. It's a lot better than starting the whole process all over again. I understand that you don't want it cluttering up your beautiful software, or whatever the fuck philosophy leads to you not having them. No, I don't understand. I think it's stupid, but it doesn't matter. The point is you can keep doing that. How about only show me the retry button if I need it? That way it doesn't have to be there, like by default, but you don't mind showing me a little...
some part of it failed.
Yeah, you don't mind showing me a triangle with an exclamation mark. I backed up 2 of your messages. Thanks for fucking nothing. If I click that, it should let me retry. Thank you. That's all I'm asking for.
One WhatsApp account now across multiple phones.
Where?
Linked from Handyman.
Is that a thing? Why did it sign me out then?
2023. Last year, we introduced the ability for users to globally message seamlessly across all their devices while maintaining the same level of presence.
Oh.
Today, we're improving our multi-device offering by introducing the ability to use the same WhatsApp account on multiple phones.
Hold on, I didn't even try to sign back in here. So recently, I ran into a really stupid thing with WhatsApp where I was like trying to use a QR code to do the thing, and I couldn't scan the QR code, and then it just didn't transfer properly, and then I was really annoyed.
Linking phones as companion devices makes messaging easier. Now you can switch between phones without signing out and pick up your chats where you left off. So
okay. I think this might be solved.
If you just signed back in, I suspect you're signed out on your other one because you have to link it as a companion device.
Okay. Well, either way, I'm way happier with this than things were before. Like I was super annoyed when I ran into that issue where it made me do the QR code thing to transfer them, and then it I couldn't scan it because the camera on the phone that I was switching to or from, I can't remember, was like too crappy to scan the QR code and couldn't handle because it turns it up to maximum brightness. So there was a second before it would turn to maximum brightness where it would like be trying to scan it, and it would like start to focus properly, and then it would crank to maximum brightness, and then it wouldn't be able to do it, and then it ended up not working, and then I ended up losing a bunch of my messages. It was so freaking frustrating.
I think you're getting progressively less and less excited for the idea that I might have for you.
Oh, what is it? Signal or like what? What are we talking about?
No, you do these iSwitched things, but the feedback every time is that you're not like really an Apple user. So by not being, marinated in the Apple sauce, you don't.
He means the feedback from outside parties.
Yes.
Yeah, not my feedback.
No. You don't have.
I am an Apple user. I just don't use enough Apple for Apple's liking. I use these every day. These are 2s, by the way.
I have my own rant about the AirPod 4s, but
so I'm not in the sauce enough.
What if?
Okay.
You did a year.
A year.
And what if maybe it wasn't even just an iPhone?
Like you want me to go full Mac for a year?
I think you could do everything except a desktop, and I think that would be fair because I think a lot of Mac people probably aren't into the whole dedicated desktop thing anyways. And if they had one, it might be for games. And I think you could say like, I'm a streamer boy, therefore I need a Windows desktop, and you can have Mac everything else, and that is like a thing. That is a Mac user archetype that is common. I think that's fine. So what if you did iPhone, watch, AirPods, iPad, MacBook for a year?
What the hell would I do with an iPad?
I don't know. Just giving you options.
I can't figure out what anybody does with an iPad.
I don't fully know.
Watch Netflix, I think.
Sure.
I mean, you know what? That's valid. For me, it's this no man's land device. Like it's big and cumbersome enough that if I'm going to use it, I might as well just get a laptop. And it's not even that limited anymore. Like it used to be really limited, but just like most of what I would need to do on it is already on my phone.
People are saying iPad mini at that point. Why not just use your phone? I don't know. Part of the reason why I included it in there was because then you're like fully in the ecosystem, right? The laptop can count as any form of computer, and then you have all the other Apple things. Basically, I don't think I missed anything. So, yeah, you are deep in the walled garden.
I will think about it.
All right.
I'll think about it.
You could do update videos along the way.
I like you know what?
It's like at least 4 videos out there.
I don't even think I'll be able to, because
Quarterly updates.
I did a switch to Mac not that long ago. And after the first week, there was stuff that was annoying, but mostly it wasn't impeding my ability to get work done. It was just
I don't want it
annoying.
I want it to not impede your ability to get work done.
But that's the thing, is I don't think I'm going to be able to do updates for a year, because within a week of using any of those devices, I'll be able to use them. There will just be things that I don't like, and some of it is just philosophical differences that I have with Apple. Like stuff like the not having a retry. I don't like that. I don't agree with that. And no amount of me using it is going to change that. Fundamentally, I disagree with the assumption that something is going to work and not having a failback. I disagree with that, because I have lived in the real world for long enough that I know that it doesn't work like that. Even for your product specifically, Apple, it just doesn't. It doesn't work like that. And I do have my picture up, so I'm just going to try to find the right one here. Okay, so yeah, so my first picture I took was at the top of the stairs of the code on the iPhone, and my move to iOS app not picking it up, even though they are both on the same Wi-Fi. Okay, so that didn't work. So I went and got a cable. That's a video just of the same thing. Okay, that's the same thing. Hold on a second. Then I got a picture, because, I never know if I'll need these pictures for the video. So then I got a picture of it transferring. So it started transferring.
Next cable.
Yeah, LTTStore.com. Soon. The cables are coming. Dude, I'm so excited. They're awesome. Okay. Then I got a video of that, apparently. Just trying to be thorough. I'm trying to be thorough, so our editors have stuff to cut away too. Then the next one I got, I think it had an ETA. Oh no, here we go. Transfer complete, my ass. So here, why don't I send this to Dan? I think I'm signed into Teams here. Who knows? Am I signed into Teams? Oh my God, this is so laggy.
Make sure that you click remember me, and then it won't happen again.
Yeah, sure. Oh, this is so laggy. I'm dying. Oh my God.
We can't both antagonize him, Dan.
Well, you don't want to tag team him? Okay, fine.
Oh.
That's a weird way to put that.
Oh,
wait, it's not after dark yet. Never mind. Keep your pants on.
Jeez, you guys. Okay, I'll send this to Dan. So this is hilarious. If I didn't pay close attention, I could easily think. Dan, do you want to throw that up there?
Sure. It's HEIC, so I might have to do something fun with it. Yeah, I'm going to have to pre-convert that. Sorry.
Serenity now. So I could easily miss this, because on the Android side, again, this is in Apple software. Apple Inc. made this move to iOS app. On the Android side, it says, everything's great. Successfully transferred. And then you notice, hold on a second. There's little yellow exclamation marks. Everything is not okay on the iOS side. And it's not just a little bit not okay. It's brutally not okay. Dan, how close are you? Because that was all the stalling I had.
Yeah, that went good. There you go.
Nice. There it is. So I had to click into this. So if I have to click into it, just give me a retry button. They're still connected. Oh, this was another funny thing. So both of them had a message on them warning me to keep them connected to power while the transfer was running. How the fuck am I supposed to do that? The phones are plugged into each other, you numpties. It knows I'm using a cable.
MagSafe.
Okay,
Got
yes.
him.
I could have 2 wireless chargers.
Got him.
One for each phone. But come on. Come on, man. In fairness to me, Luke, that is in my notes. I did think of it, but that is a spectacularly stupid solution.
Sure. Yeah.
Dang. That's great.
Solved it by connecting a cable. Yes, technically having two wireless charging pads next to each other while they're plugged in would be an option, but who realistically has a setup like that?
Yeah.
I am aware that it could be done, but that is so obtuse. Jeez. So it's so frustrating, and I'm clearly not the only one upset about it. I found this on discussions.apple.com. This has, hold on a second, let me check. Move to iOS app transfer error solutions. This was started, let me see, in 2021. This has been a problem for 4 years at least. The Me Too's on this are 1,664 of people being like, yep, me too. And there doesn't seem to be any real solution. Apple's tech support was so useless. Like, so useless. I talked to one, I asked to be escalated. It just unceremoniously, on the hour, transferred me to someone new who hadn't read my case. I guess their shift was just over and they were like, see ya.
Nice.
Then I asked them to be transferred to a level 2 tech. They said, hey, level 2 is closed right now because it was late at night. Can I schedule a call back? They called me back the next morning. I was talking to level 1 again.
Nice. That's good. I like that.
Like, I get it. Apple's your favorite company.
If your customers are so upset from dealing with your customer support that they hang up and stop trying, on your cheapest level, then you save money on your more expensive level of support.
Yeah. So I get that you love the taste of their dick or whatever, but we should ask more from trillion-dollar companies. The number of people that are mad at me for being mad
just get tips
that they
from the
removed
customer
the
support.
cable from the AirPods Pro 3s, that they no longer ship it with a cable, that they have slowly...
You should really have a cable.
That they've slowly whittled down the number of included accessories in their products is mind-blowing to me. It's like, why would you ask them that? To include a cable? I don't know. Why would I ask anyone to include a cable with their product? I'm the asshole. Like, I can't really wrap my brain around that. I saw this great picture. It's like, what was lost, iPhone accessories comparison. Hold on. Let me see if I can find it. Someone posted this great picture, and it was only like 4 or 5 years ago that they included like a lightning to 3.5 millimeter adapter.
Stickers,
They had like headphones, they had stickers, they had a wall wart, they had a cable.
Apple stickers were on like everything.
You know what? I think it was on Reddit. I'm going to append Reddit to my search, and no, I can't find it. If anyone from chat has the link, I think it was on r/all the other day. But it's crazy how we've just accepted them. And look, if they lowered the price, totally different situation.
But it's just a cable. So
If I even remotely believed that these choices had anything to do with environmental impact, different situation. I don't buy it. I'm sorry, but I just don't buy it. Apple does so much that with intent creates additional waste in the world. They do a lot well as well. Like, I think the new the iPhone Air's titanium chassis is like a significant percentage of remanufactured titanium, which is super cool, and that is really good. But they also do so much to create additional waste that I can't take it seriously. I don't buy it. If someone like Fairphone said, hey, we're not including a charger in the box because we felt that it was unnecessary, you can add on a charger to your order for this very reasonable cost, totally different conversation. How much does Apple charge for a USB-C cable?
$30 is my guess.
Okay, let's find it.
For the shortest one.
Charging essentials. You can't call something essential and then not include it in the package.
Well,
20. Hold on, is this CAD though? That's Canadian. So 25 Canadian dollars for this like.
I was pretty close.
Basic cable. Is this even USB 3? USB 2.
Nice.
25 Canadian dollars.
Nice. Let's go.
USB 2 on this one too. But it's 2 meter. So that's something for 35 Canadian dollars.
Wait, the Beats one is cheaper and longer.
I don't even know why they bothered to acquire Beats, dude.
And braided.
They were acquiring a brand and then they stole the sound signature. It's like you took the least valuable thing about Beats. Although I have heard DMS is literally sitting there going like this right now. I will acknowledge that some of the later Beats headphones actually were somewhat decent, but did you ever listen to the first generation Beats by Dre?
Mm-hmm. I have 2 things.
Sure, hit me.
You'll probably enjoy and hate both of them. One, I went through and looked at all of the Beats measurements I have. Most of them are less V-shaped than the AirPods Pro 3.
Ugh.
The other thing is, apparently, according to Reddit, so many people are returning AirPods Pro 3s that they're offering some people partial refunds just to keep them.
Really?
Whoa.
So there's that.
I don't know. I think you're too mad about it.
Oh, yeah. I mean, look, clout chaser's gonna clout chase. Is all I really have to say about that at this point. Like, it seemed...
Honestly, I watched it. You didn't even seem that upset. I'm like, I've seen him way more mad at stuff. I don't know what people are freaking out about.
I think it just seemed like a really good formula for raising your own profile and virtue signaling your own integrity or whatever to attack me for a while. Mm-hmm. Like, that was kind of trendy.
Yeah, sure.
And I think that some people haven't got the memo that, like, it's
not as much anymore.
Not as much anymore. I think there's a group that, you know, is still really mad.
Sure.
About the completely worthless water cooling concept that some company had that I said wouldn't work, and it didn't work. And there were things about it that I didn't handle well, admittedly. There were things about it that were not handled well, that were completely out of my control, and didn't go well. But, you know, whatever. There's a certain number of people that are still extremely mad about that. And then there's like everyone else who either never cared or has just, oh my God, moved on at this point. And so the whole just attack Linus for saying a thing that is, in this case, objectively true. I don't know. Sure. Good luck with that. Good plan. All you do is harm your own credibility at that point, I think, which is kind of sad because I'd like to see the tech media space and the tech YouTuber space be more unified. I'd like to see us working together for the benefit of the consumer. I would like to see us working towards holding companies accountable. Maybe that's just because I don't personally like the taste of Apple's dick.
Prefer oranges.
Maybe it's an acquired taste.
Might be.
Maybe I just need to suck it more.
Maybe you just brush your teeth.
You know, I have a toothbrush right here. Maybe I need to cleanse my palate before. Maybe I should use no computers for a month.
Oh.
Before I switch to a Mac.
Dang.
Pop a mint. Sorry.
Did someone say that?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
So what you're saying is Apple should make a toothbrush. Anyway. What are we supposed to be talking about? Qualcomm announces the Snapdragon X2 Elite and X2 Elite Extreme. I remember telling Qualcomm that their naming scheme was a dumpster fire. Somehow they made it worse. Good job, Qualcomm. Intel and AMD are not your role models that you think they are. 1 year after announcing the original Snapdragon X, Qualcomm is showing off its new Snapdragon X2 Elite and X2 Extreme. Oh no, isn't it Elite Extreme? Yeah, I think so. But you see, even our own writers managed to copy it wrong because it made no sense. X2 Elite will come in 2 flavors, with one having 18 cores, good lord, and 53 megs of cache, and the other having 12 cores and 34 megs of cache, with the 18 core edition having a slight performance advantage in dual core frequency, with them otherwise being very similar. These both have a 128-bit bus. The X2 Elite Extreme has 4.4 gigahertz max on 18 cores and reaches 5 gigahertz on single or dual core loads. 53 megs of cache and a 192-bit bus. This thing should be an absolute monster. The Adreno dedicated DPU, display processing unit. I guess they don't want to call it graphics. Yikes. The Adreno DPU on all the chips can run 3 displays at up to 4K 144 Hz, and Qualcomm is claiming these are the fastest and most efficient processors for a Windows PC. 2 of the reference designs include the very cool Furore Airjet instead of system fans, which you can check out our Computex video on. We covered that a little while ago. I have actually been back on my Snapdragon laptop recently because there's a video coming on this soon. The liquid metal leaked out of my ROG Flow X13, and I was super upset about that because I freaking love that laptop and I want a next gen one, and I'll buy it again even with the liquid metal. I'll just take the liquid metal out, I'll put some PTM 7950 in there. I freaking love that laptop.
Oh, it comes with liquid metal?
Yeah.
Was that the stock application of liquid metal?
You better believe it, bub. Ooh. So I have to own at least part of the blame for it. I was a little rough with it, and it was warm. I think it might have been that time I tossed my backpack, and the laptop.
When you tried to throw it over the
laptop
wall.
was probably warm, and it probably made it come out. But either way, I was not happy, and my laptop is now dead. We tried to recover it, and it's a long video. It's an adventure. It's an adventuresome video. Anyway, good luck, Qualcomm. I hope the adoption of these next generation processors is a little higher. AI performer gets a record deal. Oh,
Do
man.
we care?
No, but millions of listens on Spotify.
Regularly gets 100,000 views on Instagram, and it's all AI stuff. And
Likeness, vocals, and music, all AI generated.
And they purportedly got a $3 million offer.
With Hallwood Media. Okay, I hate it. Cool. I'm just gonna close that. I've had enough of AI being horrible for one day.
I like it. Should we talk about other things?
Yeah, Valve's under fire after Block Blasters, a free-to-play game, was updated about a month after release to install malware that allegedly steals the funds of their users. The game had allegedly stolen at least $150,000 from its users before being removed from Steam on September 21st, including $32,000 from Latvian streamer Rove Labs. Cancer treatment fund. Oh, come on. Apparently, there was a spear phishing campaign targeting creators for sponsorship opportunities. This isn't even the first time this year that Steam has been used to distribute malware. In February 2025, that was this year. In February, PirateFi installed a Trojan horse. In March, Sniper Phantom's resolution demo would open a browser and steal user credentials. And in July, Chemia Game Installer would also install multiple payloads of malware.
Is pirating safer?
I doubt it. You come across some sketchy stuff. Anyway, we just wanted you guys to be aware of that.
What was that command prompt?
And another,
what was that doing?
Another quick game-related...
You're good. You can go.
Another quick game... Is this what it's like?
Yeah.
Yep.
Another quick game-related...
All the time.
FYI... is Ascent Rivals has some pretty deep crypto connections. We highlighted this game last week. It was that Pod Racer. That pod racing lookalike
that is how it feels.
Luke was pretty excited about. Ascent Rivals, though, is built on the Cardano blockchain. G-Nun Games, the indie studio behind Ascent Rivals, stated that NFT holders can join teams based on their NFTs, and they're apparently using Web3 for sponsorships during tournaments, like purchasing in-game billboards. So far, it doesn't look super horrible, but...
None of that really bothers me too much. There was a line that was like... where is it?
We just definitely wanted you guys to be aware that we're not endorsing the game. We don't have any kinds of partnerships here. We have no idea. It was fun. Yeah, we have no idea what kind of massive win for Web3 gaming or whatever this is going to be.
I'm not interested in that.
We have zero interest in NFTs in the game.
No. I literally just went, ooh, I'm racing a pod. neat,
Yeah.
and then wanted to tell people because I thought it was neat.
Yeah.
We're not. This.
Speaking of other folks that we're not partnered with, disclosure, I invested in a NAS software specifically because of bullshit like this, and that decision gets validated on a super regular basis.
This is rough.
I invested in Eshtec, who's making HexOS, which is essentially a for dummies interface for TrueNAS. So it's TrueNAS under the hood, and it's shiny, easy to car drive on the outside, and I'm super excited about it. They are doing some really cool stuff. You can check them out at hexos.com. Why am I so excited and feeling so validated right now? Because some Synology NAS models that were previously capable of hardware transcoding had the relevant drivers removed, and not only that, but deliberately blocked at the kernel level, according to user-shared support tickets. Cool, Synology. You guys weren't like enough of a ripoff already for crappy hardware? Now you got to do this? Synology announced it would offload media processing to client devices in July 2024, citing licensing costs for HEVC. YouTuber NAS Compares covered the change in detail and pointed out AVC is license-free, and other Synology systems with the same CPU, but advertised for Plex hosting, B-Station, maintain transcoding capabilities. NAS Compares also published a guide to get hardware transcoding back, which you shouldn't have to do. So, yeah, very excited for what the team over at Eshtec is cooking up with HexOS. They are still...
How are they doing?
They're still in
they have
updates? Alpha. Actually, that reminds me.
What's changed since the last time we significantly talked about them?
I owe John a response. He messaged me the other day. What did he say? Oh, yeah, he messaged me on Discord. I don't know if this is for public consumption, but sure.
It is now. I think you leaked their stuff anyways, so...
Well, look.
The precedence is set.
He says, sorry for the washed out screen. This is from today. Snipping tool plus HDR is a nasty combination, but you get the idea. By the way, that complaint you mentioned about the welcome screen addressed in the Q3 update we're publishing, Monday. So I don't know what I'm looking at here, but he recorded a video. Okay, cool. So they made it so that the welcome wizard is harder to accidentally navigate away from and then not be sure how to get back to.
Sure.
So super cool. It just kind of walks you through creating users and creating shares. And it used to be that if you created a share and then just went back in your browser, you were just lost. Whereas now that's not the case anymore. So HexOS, man. And one of the things that was a red line for me to invest was that there would be a lifetime license. There will be a lifetime license. It will not include services that have an ongoing cost. So if you want to buy cloud storage from them or something like that, you want to back up to the cloud, or you want to use some kind of data forwarding that they have ongoing costs for. It won't include that. But what it will include is the basic functionality of the software for life. And that was a major thing for me, is guys, I understand that software companies these days got a software company. You got to have subscriptions, and they're going to have subscription services and stuff. But
there might not be as many jobs for developers out there, but they're still expensive.
But you should have the option for a NAS, for something that the whole point of it is that you own it. You should have an option to own it. That's the point. So I'm very excited for them to get this thing out of beta and get this show on the road. I just want to roll it for everything. And that's it for topics. So should we move into After Dark?
Sure.
If you insist, we certainly can.
Okay, Dan. Look at this guy's checked out.
Huh?
Checked out.
Sorry, I'm on TikTok. What did you say? Banner to After Dark. It's not end the show. Okay.
Well, at least you're not on Tylenol. I'd hate for you to get the tism.
That's true.
I need to start macro dosing that.
Really, you want more tism?
Yeah. Not a ton more. I think I got a little bit going on.
I've always wanted to be into
but just a little bit. Just a little bit more.
I just want to appreciate our rail system a little more. That's about it. collect things. Okay, merch messages. How is it possible that blatant UI errors make the final product from a major company? For example, the YouTube Music widget in Google Maps blocks its own button and half of the road hazards buttons.
My theory is that the people who are in charge of these projects don't actually daily drive them. Like there's so many little things that are just kind of obvious. Like my car, for instance, it has an individual configurable like drive mode, so that you can be like, well, I want like really stiff suspension, but I don't want
Like a custom one.
I don't want it lower to
Custom
the ground.
loadout for your car.
Yeah, and I don't want the like super aggressive throttle response. Like I want it like this. You cannot, if I recall correctly, configure the regenerative braking, because Porsche just has their own philosophy of one pedal driving. They don't believe in it or whatever, which is like, yeah, that's not really your decision. That's my decision. I'm the one who paid the money for it, but whatever. And the irritating thing for me is that I have to switch to it every single time I get in the car, because I never want to use one of their profiles that I cannot edit. So I have to tick, 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 switch over to it every time I get in the car. And it's just...
That's annoying.
Why? It doesn't matter. It's the champagnest of champagne problems.
Can you switch while driving? Just
Yep.
random side question. Okay.
Yep, you can totally switch while driving. It's just unnecessary.
Yeah.
I just shouldn't have to.
Yeah.
Same thing for stuff like how I can't type on my touchscreen. My passenger is not allowed to type on my touchscreen when the car is in motion. It's like, you do understand that voice commands just like don't work. I mean, you're German, so I'm sure your voice commands are even worse than ours, because like...
They probably speak precisely.
You think so? You think they just have better enunciation? I mean, that is entirely possible. But it's just, there's just so many little things that I look at and I just go like, yeah, you just obviously don't daily use this.
Yeah.
I think it's the Ford CEO that was dailying a BYD car. That's super cool.
Last I heard, he still was.
That's super cool. Like, yeah, you're the CEO of Ford. You could probably just have a driver drive you around in a Bentley or whatever and never touch a steering wheel. But how can you possibly hope to run a car company unless you are driving your company's cars, driving competitors' cars, like really caring? I think that's really cool. And I just see so many examples, like you said, of software that clearly has never been used, like really used, by the people who are allegedly in charge of overseeing it. With that said...
Fairly unimportant clarification, but someone's going to call us on it. It was a Xiaomi SU7.
Sorry,
not
my bad.
BYD.
My bad, not BYD.
Somebody's going to...
But the flip side of that is we talked about this earlier. You can't have 100,000 people perfectly aligned on a mission, and there's all kinds of stuff that makes it into our finished products that, yeah, I totally wouldn't have approved of, but I never saw it, or...
And you can't.
And you can't see everything.
If you want to do any significant volume of things at scale, you're not going to see everything.
If you want to create rather than critique, you will discover that it's really hard.
And you'll
so there's
get
both sides of the story.
Exact same people complaining about not giving enough people agency to do their own thing, and the know, being too hard on people for failures and wanting to give people rope to try and experiment and do stuff like that, and then any single mistake that ever comes out is your fault and you should have done
for
better.
not overseeing it better.
Yeah.
It's like, what do you want?
The exact same argument will come from the exact same person.
Yeah, that one's fun.
Things happen. I don't know.
Up next, hi L1, L2, and DRAM. Nice. Typical. Been 15 years since the Olympics came to town. Do you have any fond memories from those events?
I actually didn't go downtown at all.
I was in Victoria.
I thought it was really funny when Canada won, because the gold medal hockey game.
Okay.
Because they had those "This is our game" or whatever, like Scotiabank ads throughout the entire hockey tournament. And they were like super polished and they were professional ads. Do you remember after Canada won, there was like an extra bit that looked like absolute dog shit?
No.
Because they just like threw it together when Canada actually made it deep into the tournament, and just in case they won, it was like a clip that they were ready for.
No, I don't remember that.
And it just like it looked like absolute trash.
They probably should have just done nothing.
I forget if the resolution was super low or just like it was missing some of the other assets or something like that. Just as a tech person who, appreciates the difficulty of putting on a production, I just found it extremely amusing that someone's job out there was to have this asset ready on the off chance that Canada won the whole thing so that they could like put it up, but probably no one would ever see it. And they were probably so busy doing other things that they just like didn't care. Oh, dude. So good.
Man, my mom tried to convince me to volunteer, and I'm like annoyed that I didn't. Because the volunteers got these like sick jackets.
Oh, wow. That's super nice.
They looked so cool. They had the writing on the arm. They had the little logo.
Ooh.
Wow, Hudson's Bay made a product somebody wanted.
Good for them. I mean,
Yeah.
it was 15 years ago, but
I thought these
they're
jackets
doing well
were
now.
just awesome. They were so sick.
It's nice when people like try.
Yeah. They were dope. And you got them from volunteering, and I should have just done it. My mom was right.
got him.
Up next. Hi, .dll. I'm pursuing a degree in tech management and recently realized I'm 1 out of 2 out of 20 in a class that actually reads the material and doesn't have ChatGPT do my homework. Teacher doesn't care. Should I stop trying?
No?
No.
What kind of stupid question is that?
You'll probably just do better.
You should not ask questions like that because that's not good management. You should take pride in your work and you should do a good job because that should be something that is part of your identity as a person. You're welcome.
Luke, thanks for actually being here today. Why are you so cheap?
Yeah, Luke.
What's happening?
David throwing hands.
Is that it?
That's the whole thing. He bought a blank t-shirt just to ask you that. Do better, I think. He could have just said.
Wait, did they buy our cheapest possible
No, they
t-shirt
bought some
They picked up a couple.
extra talls.
Okay, so they bought a couple of our cheapest
No, we
possible
don't have
t-shirts?
extra talls, Dan. They bought 2 extra large shadows in tall.
Sorry.
Short sleeves.
When I was young, we were doing great. And then when I was medium young, there was a big accident at my dad's work, and he was out of work for a long time. And he had to it got really bad for a while there. We were close to losing the house. And then he had to go to our doctor and be like, yo, you need to let me work again. Because things are going to get a lot worse for me, to the point where it would be worse for me to not work than it would for me to do work. So let me go back. And then he got, if I remember correctly, and I'm pretty sure this is accurate, 2 full-time jobs and a part-time job within a week, and just went sicko mode for way too long. And I don't fully know how he is alive. But he saved the family and everything was crazy. And I learned some appreciation for having cash in the bank.
Yeah.
And I it's not that I don't spend money. I spend money on experiences. I prefer to buy small amount of nice thing that will last, that I can repair, that I can keep going. I spend money on health. Yep. I spend money on keeping myself going, gym equipment, things like that.
On other people. He won't say it, but I'll say it. Luke spends money on other people.
Yeah. That is true.
I ran into your dad this week.
Curling.
Yeah, we had a quarterly event for the writing department, which I'm informally part of because no other department that does quarterly events includes me. So we went curling, which was organized by David Pankratz, who's super awesome. He's a relatively new member of the team, but he's dived right in. He's been doing awesome. And he organized a curling night. And it was the first time I had curled since Nerd Sports, which was the first time I had curled ever.
Yeah.
And I still suck.
That makes sense.
Yeah. It's really hard.
Yeah.
It was fun, though. It was fun as heck.
Did was he just busy the whole time? Or did he
He came over to chat with us, but he had stuff to do.
Yeah.
Yeah. But he actually helped with a little bit of coaching for the other group. It wasn't my group.
Did you have 2 sheets?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, that makes sense.
That's 2 lanes for the bowlers out there.
Yeah. Yeah, there you go. But yeah, I don't know. I also just, and maybe it's something that's wrong with me or whatever. I don't really consider it that way. I feel much more comfortable. I don't feel a need to buy a bunch of this stuff. Like I don't
personally attacked.
I don't get that much fulfillment from just buying things. I do get fulfillment from buying something that I like spent a lot of time. Like I haven't been able to use it because my house is in shambles right now. But I'm very excited about the Big Screen Beyond. That wasn't cheap. That was a bunch of money.
That was
and
not
I'm
cheap.
Stoked. I took it out of the box. I put the little cover on and just placed it against my face, and just everything went black immediately because it's perfectly formed for my face. Oh, I'm excited about that thing. It feels great. I'm stoked. So like I do spend money. I just make sure that I have an ample amount saved, ready for the rainiest day you could have. And that makes me very comfortable. And I like being in that state. So I do that.
Hey, LLD, what happened to the 3D printed water cooling tube you had made? Did it hold up? Was there an update on it that I just missed? Happy to see tall shirts are back in stock.
I believe we did updates. Yeah, we did updates for 6 months on the 3D printed hardline water-cooled computer challenge over on Floatplane. So here's what it looked like after 3 months. JK, subscribe to Floatplane, lmg.gg/floatplane.
Got him.
Hi, Landinus and Drake. What are the coolest modifications that you've seen made to the LTT backpack? I replaced the LTT logo with my own patch, added paracord handles, and extra inner pockets and loops.
I was just kidding before, by the way. The 3D printed tubes did hold up. Super cool. You don't actually have to subscribe to Floatplane just to get that answer.
This is why we don't go to parties.
It's just trolling them. I think that's probably the most modified backpack that I've heard of. Have you guys seen a more modified backpack than that?
Oh, there's one here.
What? Oh, are you? Is
Modified?
this what? Wait, are you the one who left the merch message or what?
No.
Oh no, that one's just
this is like the
broken.
same. This is like the same list of stuff. Okay, well here, can we see it?
It's jank.
Show him your sack.
This is DMS's backpack.
He
apparently,
massively overfills it to the point where it's going to like explode all the time.
First one that still has the old things on it.
Okay.
To a bunch of countries.
I have pointed out that he could not have that.
Wait, so he ruined the zipper
It went through surgery.
and then just zip tied one side of the backpack shut.
This is my suitcase every time I travel.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like literally always exploding every time I see it.
I like the mud
Patches and a
kit.
mogus.
This is like for a lot of airlines, like personal item sized, and then you can have a bigger carry-on as well. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Thanks, DMS.
Lasted since like the beginning.
I'm just. You know what? If you're happy, I'm happy. Okay, Dan, hit
Didn't
me.
say it had to be modified well. Hey, Linus, Luke, and Sound Guy. With the video this week on that $30,000 GPU, if you guys had one yourself, is there something you could actually use it for? Or would it just be like a novelty item you have?
Absolutely. Labs was like salivating at the idea of having something like that more permanently, whether it's for like AI coding assistance or machine vision for like recognizing UI elements and like verifying in-game settings. What are some of the other things they wanted to do with it?
Those are
two
the
big
main
ones.
things, but there's
Yeah.
also other like machine vision powered tasks that we're planning that it could be applied to. But I mean, there's other ways.
And there's also waiting a little bit. I mean, the AI industry is marching ever onward. And so there will come a time not long from now when literally millions of these GPUs will be liquidated on places like server parts deals, and
That'll be nuts.
we'll be ready.
That'll be actually crazy. There's also the Chinese GPU companies that are trying.
We'll see how they go.
We'll see what happens.
Up next, Luke. Does Floatplane participate in standards bodies like SVTA?
No.
That was a short answer. What is it? I never heard of that.
I've
Or
heard
at least I
of
don't
it.
remember hearing of it.
Streaming Video Technology Alliance.
Yeah, I've heard
Like
of it.
they would pick up our phone call. Okay, let's move on.
Yeah.
How is the preparation going for Whale LAN? Is this the first time?
This is the first time.
Sorry, this is... Oh, you better. This is the first time I've been in a country that I wasn't born in. I am very excited, and the border agent didn't believe me when I told him why I was crossing.
That's hilarious. I'm going to a gaming party. Love it. Prep is going okay. I still have some more things to do tonight after WAN Show, and I will probably still have some more things to do in the morning, but I very much look forward to seeing y'all there. I'm going to be setting up a 5v5 tape-to-tape. I think I said that on pre-show. I'm not sure if I talked about that on WAN, but...
It's weird not having it after WAN. I don't know that it's bad. It's just weird.
Well, you're more than welcome to, come help set up the 5v5.
I'm going to be zipping over.
Oh, are you going over there?
Yeah.
Nice. Just to see it?
Yeah, help a little bit if I can.
Okay, cool.
Whatever, yeah.
Well, I'll be over there.
Hello, DLL, grabbing some new blanks. Love the feel and fit of my current ones.
Heck yeah.
What is the process you go through to pick up the right material? It's rare to find anything near the quality you have.
So, quality is subjective. There was another YouTuber who took issue with the materials that we use in our blanks. They basically believe that anything that doesn't have 100% cotton is garbage. I don't agree. I actually really like the feel of a cotton poly blend. So there's some subjectivity there, and that's kind of the answer, is because I really like them. So we went through countless blank suppliers to find one that I really liked, and then we went with that.
Greetings, WAN.dll. My question is for Linus. I've been watching a lot of older, early WAN shows. Do you ever miss having your cats on set? Love to hear your Bengals mewing in the background. Lol.
I have wanted to have an office pet, basically for as long as we've had an office. And every single time, like rodent incursions come up in a meeting, I'm like, hear me out.
Do cats kill flies?
Office cat. They can, not all, but particularly good hunters will just kill anything. They'll just kill everything.
Is there a breed of cat that are particularly good hunters
There
of
can
small
be.
flying
So
things?
here's the problem. Is
Lizards.
that cats are likely to... Bats. Calm down. Cats are likely to be an allergen for people. That is the reason that we didn't have an office cat from the moment we moved in here, was that there was someone on staff who was allergic to cats. That person is actually no longer here, but I'm sure someone else is allergic, and
I'm gonna hire
I've
someone at some time.
always been of the mind that my love of cats cannot possibly trump someone else's
Wow.
being comfortable at work. What?
That was just amazing.
Thank you.
Yeah. I hope that gets clipped.
I do love
People
cats a
allergic
lot.
to bats?
Bats.
Because we could get bats for the fly problems.
The fly problems are deeply not
Look,
solved.
Lizards.
I don't need a
Hundreds of
Cloverdale
lizards.
flu, okay, that leaked from an LTT lab. Okay, what's next?
Oh, geez. Luke, I know you're using Cloudflare for float plane delivery, but do you use any of the DevPlat ZT features or just CDN and WAF?
We use a bunch of stuff. I'm just going to talk more generally, but we use the heck out of workers. We use R2. We use a lot of Cloudflare
Clip
things.
that. We use the heck out of workers.
It's a thing.
I know.
When one fails, we just redeploy another one. We have hundreds. They're disposable.
We have over 1,000 if I remember correctly, and you just
We don't even pay them.
you just toss it out when you don't want it anymore.
Yeah, I got to stop Googling how to kill children at work. Mother won't kill child.
Sorry,
what do
how
I
to kill
do?
the ones at work, or you're at work when you're Googling how to kill children in general?
That's the one. Yeah. You can't ask ChatGPT because you just get blocked. But
Does it just block you, or does it ask you what you mean?
I don't know. I don't normally just go around.
I feel like I have to do that now.
I don't know.
I just don't understand
Killing a child
why you're having
process.
trouble with it. It's not that hard.
I don't have to do it from the command line.
Well, like they're weak.
My experience is all in car, not cloud infrastructure.
All right, next.
Anyways, yeah, we use genuinely a lot of their things. R2 is it's not semi new to us. We've been using it for like since the beginning of R2, but we have started using it significantly more now. And yeah, I wouldn't be too surprised if we keep using more stuff. I've said it forever. I really love the product of Cloudflare. There are some issues with it. I really wish it played a little bit nicer with Australia. But it's a fantastic product. Other parts of Cloudflare, maybe not as big of a fan, but their products are great.
Hi, DLL. For Linus, have you thought about whole room VR for the LAN side of the badminton center? Zero latency VR is an amazing experience with cool games like Space Marine.
I have.
You could franchise.
I don't want to set it up. And also, like,
The space
oh my God,
delete.
I have to take all my nets down. We have to move all the benches. I have to set up like tracking. And I guess we'd probably have to have like an entire fleet of like backpack PCs and, peripherals to deploy. It would be a whole completely different business model. We do have some cool room scale multiplayer VR stuff at Whale LAN, but it's rolled by a separate company. They're just coming in to do like a trial one. So they're doing it for free this time, and then they'd want us to pay in the future. We're going to see how much people like it, and if people are super into it, then maybe we'll do it again in the future. But we're not going to just turn the entire badminton center into a VR space and this may be a surprise to a lot of folks out there who don't know that badminton's like kind of a big sport, but we're actually getting really busy.
Every time I show up, it's full.
Cooking, baby. We're cooking.
Yeah.
It was really interesting reading the comments when we first announced it on YouTube. Just like, hey, we've got a LAN center / badminton club. This will never work. Is he joking? Is it money laundering? It's like, guys, there's a whole wide world out there. All you got to do to discover it is just open your mind a little bit. You'll like it. Come on in. The water's warm.
And last one I've got for you today. Hello, LLD, long-time watcher, first-time buyer. Question is for Luke. Luke, wow, player housing is coming back before Christmas. It's time to come home.
No, I don't even care a little bit.
Whoa, really?
Player housing?
Oh, okay. I don't know.
You want player housing?
I don't even know what it is.
So, I mean, I don't know what their implementation is. Maybe they make it kind of neat, but
Digital mom's basement.
that would be really funny. But player housing in games, there's a bunch of different implementations for it, but it's like MMO, obviously, WoW, but you have a unique house that is yours that you can theoretically customize to a certain degree
So it's The Sims.
in an MMO.
Okay. I mean,
And maybe
people
you
like The
can
Sims.
invite your friends over to your house and stuff,
So it's The Sims.
but you have like armor on.
You say that, but like, you played a lot of WoW.
The armor
Don't pretend you don't think the armor's cool.
No, the armor's really cool.
Why are you trying to be cooler?
But that's the problem, is the armor is way cooler than the house.
I see.
Yeah. The armor's sick. WoW just being like, yeah, your shoulder pads are just like 4 times as big as you.
Right.
That was great.
Okay.
Brilliant.
So you would be into player housing
I can't wear the house.
as long as the door would be wide enough to accommodate your armor.
No, because it's kind of a flex when you can't fit through the doors in WoW because
Okay,
you're a
so you
Tauren,
want a
and
small
they weren't
door.
built for you. Yeah.
You want a small door.
So we've had horse armor, now we have house armor.
House armor, yeah.
Okay. So here you are saying you don't care about the house, but then you're like, actually, I really like it when doors are small.
Yeah.
So you can't really have it both ways here.
Luke, your worldview is confusing.
You're not going to get me to come back to WoW by adding player housing, which like MMOs had literally 20 years ago. Like,
I'm surprised that
Whatever.
they didn't. It's a good way to extract money.
What's
Yeah.
up, James C? AU. Just an AU back to James C.
nice.
That was the last merge message of the show.
Nice.
And we'll see you guys again next week. Same bad time, same bad channel.
Bye.
There it is, James C.
Heyo.